All right. Well, may as well get started here then. So the general idea of this campaign is, I mean, as Wrath knows, I like to do a lot of modern horror stuff. So I wanted to do something that was like my previous modern horror campaign, but a lot more winnable, where you guys are more on the foot of knowing what's going on, or at least going into a situation where you're the one acting first, rather than reacting to things. I guess also different from Skulls and Shackles in that way. So I wanted to draw on a lot of like Call of Cthulhu modules, D20 Modern modules. If you're not familiar, of course, D20 Modern is just a modern variant of D&D Third Edition. It's a lot of like supernatural stuff in a modern world. Like there's like ogres in trench coats, and people just kind of ignore it, sort of. That's sort of the source material for some of the modules I'm going to be running. A lot of the ones are going to be more focused on just like demons breaking through the Shadow Realm barrier or whatever, and you guys put them back. So there's the general idea of where I'm drawing my source material from. I have a few modules I've written myself that I'll probably use at some point. But to start off with, we'll just be doing these case by case, solve a few cults, shoot a few terrorists in the head, just casual fun stuff. So the idea of this company is that it is a semi-anonymous company that has agents and people who have knowledge who can come out and solve supernatural issues. Something I kind of decided during the creation of this was that I wanted there to be a recent war, and I didn't really want to write fiction about any of the two current wars because that seems a little fucked up. So I decided the basic background of this world is it's otherwise the same, but there was a big war against a cult compound that rose up in Eastern Europe. So the world's sort of recovering from this war against this massive cult following, and the prophet's dead, but strange things keep happening. So your company is sort of designed to approach these problems, solve them before people start panicking. Some people are kind of aware that there's weird things going on, but the goal is that they don't know the extent of the mess that has been made in this world. So that's where you guys come in. Some of the basic concepts I need for the characters that I think every agent should have is, one, you'll all want to have your notice skill trained a bit. It starts off as one of the core skills, so that at least gives you a leg up. But putting points in that will always help you guys, especially if you need to split up and you don't need to rely on the one person with functional eyes. It's a good one to have. I'm going to be doing something a little different because I require, number two, that you guys are able to fight. I'm going to treat fighting and shooting both as core skills. They aren't normally core skills, but I feel like that is an appropriate thing for this campaign. Everybody has the basic ability, familiarity to pick up a weapon and swing it or shoot it. So if you use the compendiums to add skills, you can go ahead and mark fighting and shooting as trained skills on your character sheet. You should have access to a character sheet, but maybe not the picture ability.
You said fighting and shooting?
Correct.
Okay.
Let me get your picture moved over while you guys do that. Where do things go? There we are.
Oh my god, it's so nice. I'm sitting here watching her. For anyone watching this, you are seeing Chelsea is building her character on the screen here. You won't be able to see mine, but that's fine. What you're seeing is Chelsea, and I would just like to give a little props and a shout out to Chelsea for being a competent person. I didn't have to tell her how to find the compendium, how to add her skills. She did it all. That was. I know it.
To be fair, I had some practice with the Skulls and Shackles, but I'm
You
still
would be surprised.
very new to this.
Yeah, but that was people who have been playing in my games for God, what, 2 years now still are like, "Where's my skills at?" And I'm like, "Same spot it's been for 2 years now."
But it has been,
dude. Same spot. So
okay, I'm not that bad at this.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you've ever in any game had to ask me where your skills are.
Well, because I usually have the book out on the desk, like in front of me, and so I just like looking stuff up myself. Okay, so those are the first two things. You'll want to get your notice skill. You'll want to have at least one of those combat skills sort of useful. There will be times when you might not be able to bring guns into an area, so it's a good idea to have a backup. Athletics is already a core skill, but that would be throwing weapons. So you might combine a combination of having high athletics and high shooting. That way, if you don't have your guns, at least you can chuck stuff at people. Fighting is also a good one, just for your parry. But so those are the first two things. The third thing is that each character will want some ability to talk to NPCs. This will have a lot of detective work in missions, a lot of investigating, trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes being able to talk to people and get answers when they don't want to give you answers is very helpful. So having somebody who is the face of the group is fine, but everybody will want to have some sort of social ability. The three skills, of course, are persuasion, taunting, and intimidation. Those last two can get information when persuasion might not work, but if you're intimidating a local cultist, he might go snitch to his leader afterwards that people were making threats. So that it's sort of they can get more answers than you might normally, but you might cause actions to start happening depending on what story we're in.
There's not like a bluff type thing in this. Taunt is there's no bluff.
Taunt would be,
I do hear taunt, which is usually there's, I think, like a bluff, a persuasion, and a intimidate. In this system,
right.
There is taunt, intimidate, and persuasion.
Yeah, and persuasion is more of getting somebody to agree to tell you something.
Okay, possibly
whereas
through bluffing.
Taunt is more like tricking somebody into saying what you want them to admit, like being it's your yeah, and negging the bad guys into being like, no, I could kill people, I did.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and intimidate, of course, is threatening, but they're all also they function differently against different characters. So taunting is more against intelligence, where intimidation is more against their spirits. So it can also vary in quality depending on who you're dealing with. So yeah, that was the third thing. The ability to talk to somebody will be important in this campaign, especially if you guys split up. You'll all want to be able to lie your way out of a situation potentially. The fourth thing, the final thing, is a specialty of some kind. You'll want to have something that you can bring to the group that'll make these jobs go easier. For example, having occult knowledge is very helpful, as that can save you some time. Occult and research go well together. There would be stuff like repair or healing or hacking. Those can all help you out of a pinch or get you into a location you might not otherwise be. Thievery is one. See you opening language over there. Languages will have a place within this campaign setting.
That's cool. I like that.
I'm trying to figure out more what exactly it is.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's the ability to speak a language.
Yeah, I was clicking on stuff trying to read on it too, and it just says see the book, and it's like, well, it would be nice if you just told us.
Scroll down to the other compendium. It looks like you're on the world system. If you go to the core rules compendium, that'll give you a lot more details, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Skills.
It should. I'm hoping.
Yep, that one has it in there.
Okay, yeah. The original one is the one that I have to load in, like it's the system format, and then the other one that actually gives you information is a download that comes from the actual creators.
Yeah, I like it when it actually tells you stuff rather than, hey, here you can find it. Okay, you go in here, and it's like, actually, go look somewhere else. Thanks.
Yeah. So some of the Call of Cthulhu campaigns or longer adventures do take place in like a world-spanning kind of way. And it would be fun, for me at least, to try and run one of those at some point. A longer case, if you will. I'm going to start out with some smaller stuff so that we can just see if this is fun. It's workable. But knowing Egyptian could help at some point. Or speaking Latin or whatever.
Gotcha. But in the case of small games, like maybe we're deployed to Siberia.
Boston.
Okay, sure. That's a foreign language. Maybe we're deployed to South America, so potential that, or, you could be in Boston and all of a sudden someone runs up and starts speaking Spanish. Be like, you probably have information and intel to give us. They're like, no. Like, I can't speak Spanish, obviously. And then they're like telling you, hey, I saw this, and we're just like, sorry. don't speak anything. So yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
I like that. I never use not Spanish, anything languages in my games.
Never use Spanish.
Never use Spanish in my games. But yeah, no, it'll be cool to see some language come into a game.
Yeah, I have one module that is at Texas or in Texas, close to the border. So that could be a scenario where Spanish would actually have potential use. If you guys don't take other languages, I'm going to generally try and avoid anything too egregious. Like you will be able to find what is it?
Workarounds.
Translators. And they're translators, both hired and just on your phone. If you guys do take languages, I'll probably emphasize that more and give more options, because they'll be like, okay, if we know Norwegian, there's nor any people that speak that.
Am I limited to what skills we have on this?
There are a few casting ones that I'm not including.
Right.
Science, spellcasting, and faith, I believe, and psionics are the ones that are not. And weird science is not on in this. Which isn't to say you can't gain spellcasting powers. It's just to start.
Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go in order. Focus, psionics. Actually, is science? No, science is on the table.
I was gonna say, dang, science was gonna be one of the things I was.
It's weird science that I was not including. So yeah, it's focus, psionics, spellcasting, and weird science. If you're playing an occult character, though, you will gain access to items that will give you those powers if you so desire. I had the idea of sort of two general magic types within this setting. One of them is much more ritualistic and natural, and then one of them is much more corrupting and in line with Call of Cthulhu's sort of magic. You would use it because you're desperate or insane. And if you want to play a mad researcher, that's certainly one of the ideas I had going into this, is somebody who balances using that strange wand of power that you found in a previous adventure. And then that was one of the big things with this, is even though I don't think there will be a lot of storylines that overlap where you need to remember what you did on the first case, I'm hoping that you guys can gather resources and magical tomes and all sorts of cool things to use on later cases, where you can be like, oh yeah, remember when we beat up all those cultists and took their machete collection? Let's get our machete collection.
Okay, so I guess my real question is like, how many skills can I add? Is there a number?
Oh, yeah, well, here is where we go to answer that question. In the core book, I linked it in the Discord. On page 55, we have our character creation summary. That'll give you all the answers. 55. I think it's physically a different page. No, it's actually 55.
Are you limiting races?
In general, you guys will be human. Though, if you wanted to have some corruption in your blood, we could certainly talk.
No, I'm good being human.
Okay.
The novice choosing.
I am going to change up one thing in this character creation summary. Well, two things. But they're in your favor, so if you follow this, you'll get more at the end, essentially. I'll just go over it now. So obviously I said fighting and shooting will both be core skills. That's one change. And the second core change is I want you guys to start with hindrance points without taking hindrances. Up to the point as if you had taken your maximum load of hindrances. So you should have the total of 4 points. And then I'll let you take up to 1 point worth of hindrances if you so desire. So I'm hoping to start you guys at kind of a higher level to start. Still novice, but a higher level to start, to show that you guys are actually very, very skilled agents and very promising novices. And then if you really wanted a hindrance, you could then take 2 minor or one major and get an extra point. So I wouldn't feel too constrained by hindrances at the start as you're going through your character, and we can reapproach that later to get more points if we want. But yeah, from there, you got your page 55, you can start building as you desire. And I'm here for any questions and answers. You'll be having a lot more gear at the end too. Both group gear and personal gear. So that's something to remember. Don't spend all your money on a pistol, because I'll probably give you one.
Okay, that makes sense.
You'll still have $500, but you'll have a couple other freebies to round out your character, and then what's already in you guys' arsenal that you'll be sharing with later players, if there are any. This might be a buddy comedy. Set in Call of Cthulhu. One of the differences that I definitely have between this game and my other modern horror game is that everything should be killable. I mean, there might be some elder gods, but in general, I'm not going to be having monsters that have impenetrable skin. Not going to be having wizards that can reflect bullets.
Okay.
Unless... No, I just want to make it so this is going to be a much more pulpy kind of campaign where you guys will be kicking ass and detecting names.
Detecting names? Nice.
Yeah. I'm just filling air now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, reading through
yes.
Hindrances first. You said up to 1 point
Okay.
worth, minor being a half, major being a full.
Yes.
Have you guys read this?
What's going on over here?
On research? That could go so bad.
Research critical failure. What is this?
Might mean that the researcher finds plausible but incorrect information, triggers the notice of some opposed entity or faction, reads something humanity was not meant to know, and suffers a mental illness of some sort. Oh my god. that would be so-
Yeah, be careful where you're researching. You're just in casually in a Boston university, and you're like, hey, I need this book on like life and death, and the librarian, who's been creepy the entire time, is like, yes, let's go see the Necronomicon. You're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
End up and releasing monsters that are like 10 times worse than the ones we're trying to fight.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a plot point in a number of Call of Cthulhu stories, or
Oh,
Lovecraft
that's something we
stories, I
could
should
do.
say.
I think I
Yeah.
peed on a book at one point.
You
Oh
peed
no,
on a book?
or did I pee on the person reading the book? I can't remember.
Yeah, Golden Ridge does strange things to
Wrath.
Wrath. Plausible but incorrect information. Yeah,
Would a
the
vow major? It says a major vow makes long-term and frequent demands on the servant's time and results in great risk to his life. Could my major vow be to the company? That's kind of a cop-out answer. It's just saying that I will do the missions of the company and I'm loyal to them and will partake in the story.
Let me think on that one.
It's kind of a cop-out, but it gets me a hindrance.
It is, but at the same time, that I mean, a question you might be asking within this campaign itself is, do we want to turn in the magical tomes that we found, or save them for ourselves?
And like my guy would be like, I'm sworn to the company. Like, we're gonna do what the company says. And then someone else might be like, whoa, 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 but this would help us. And I'm like, And then we shoot each other, and then the game ends.
Yeah, as long as your hindrance doesn't create conflict, especially if it's just a buddy comedy here.
I think hindrance is supposed to create conflict, but it's got to be we as players just need to make it reasonable conflict that is able to be.
Ralph, do you have feelings?
Do I have feelings?
Yeah, healing.
He doesn't have feelings.
I was
No,
like,
he
not
does not.
usually, no. Healing, no. I'm not
We
I'm not a
know.
healer. I might
No.
I might be able to like program some healing into a drone. That'd be sick, but like some backup healing.
You just put a syringe on a drone and you go forward.
Just drive
just
it into
rams
someone.
into Got him. Oh, I don't really feel much. Oh wait, now I feel better. Yep, it was morphine.
Nailed it.
Literally. you guys will have first aid kits, so part of your starting equipment.
First aid kits.
But
Okay. Roger that.
but having healing could be beneficial if you want that to go well without spending all your bennies.
Okay. I have my hindrance, so that gives me 5 points currently to spend.
Correct.
Okay, but if I go to my attributes next, my traits attributes, I shouldn't ask you stupid questions. Well, I'll ask stupid questions
I'm
for
here
the
for.
listeners.
It might be useful for me.
For how many points do we have to put into our attributes?
Um,
I'm looking at it right now. I can tell you, but I'm still asking the question.
the answer is 5. So you could have a straight set of d6s, be a very average person, and that's part of why I elected to give you guys these ghost hindrance points, so that no matter what, you're not starting as an average person at an agency that's supposed to be a bit above average. Um, and to answer your question from earlier, Chelsea, you have 12 points you can spend putting into these skills. Each point is just one level till we get to our hindrance points. So you could just start buying everything up at low levels, but you might want some things at higher levels, like
Yeah.
D8s. Your skills, of course, are limited by what your attributes are. So if you start getting if you start getting your skill higher than the attribute connected to it, then it costs more, as it says on page 55.
That's right, but it's
Um,
better to do edges first, so that way you know what you need to qualify for those edges that you want.
Yeah, and edges, of course, are the part of this that'll probably take the longest amount of time. It's a lot more a la carte compared to the Pathfinder Savage Worlds we were doing.
Very
Um,
attractive.
I would argue that you might want to pull up the book for this. And yes, Wrath, I know you want to be very attractive. The book will just like go through all of the different things. I'll find the starting page for you, so it's easier to scroll through. Um, Starts on page 37.
There's one in here called linguist if you were trying to be a translator. Has an ear for languages to begin play knowing half their smarts die in different languages. So if you had a D6, it would be 3 different languages. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Cool. I'm not playing a translator, but
But that is the edge you'd want to take if you wanted to be able to know how people are making fun of Wrath.
so what we know so what we
Every country
know
you go to.
so what we know from Pickles games is the only edge you need in any game is luck or great luck.
Yep.
As Chelsea
It's
should know, as
helpful.
the character with 50 Benny points that she can reroll anything.
Great shit.
Arcane resistance would be a funny one, of course.
Oh my god, great luck. You get 2 extra. Is that what you have in your. Oh no, you have your halfling
Halfling.
and luck. So if you had great
Yep.
luck, then you would get 3 bennies every time?
Yeah.
3
Uh,
more?
let's see. How many bennies do you get normally? Is it 4 or
3.
3?
You get 3
So you
normally,
get
so she would get
6.
6.
um, there's attractive. Brave could be helpful, especially if there are big monsters. Fame would be weird.
Yeah, there's a couple in here that I'm like, I don't think I need to be rich.
Rich would be an interesting one. Can money save you?
Looking for any edges that have anything to do with like intellect. So far, it's like
Investigator.
block, and I'm like, I don't need to block.
Well, that's the combat section.
I'm still moving. I'm just going down the list.
There is one on that
Killer
that might be
instinct.
nice. Where is it? Oh, I thought there was a. Oh, calculating. That's the one I was looking
I
for.
did look at calculating. If you roll low on your initiative, you can take less penalty if you do more actions in your first. Like it gives you can do more actions in your first round of combat without taking a penalty, and that you took the time to kind of plan it out.
Another option is ignoring cover points.
Two gun kid's kind of cool.
Which one?
Two gun kid under combat.
Scrolling.
It's
Two
just
gun
a
kid.
but with ranged weapons, allowing her to fire or throw a weapon in each hand, two different hands, but without triggering a multi-action penalty. That's if you're dual wielding.
Hell yeah. Just like Milo from Atlantis.
What?
The main
That's
character
what
did
I'm
not
basing
duel.
my no, not at all. He's very quirky and yeah.
Isn't that Michael J. Fox?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's
you're
Michael
right.
J. Fox. Yes, the Lost Empire.
They're such
Yep.
good movies. That and the Treasure Planet. Those were like two of my favorite ones growing up.
I never did see Treasure Planet.
You'd probably like it.
Probably would. I think my
Really good
wife
one.
has been saying I need to watch that with her.
Good shit.
It's a lot of those animated movies where you say, "Oh yeah, I've never seen that," and people go, "Oh, what? How?" And you have to say, "Well, I had bootleg VHS tapes that my non-aunt from West Virginia would record for my family."
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I didn't have Treasure Planet, but I had Treasure Island, the Philippines knockoff animated VHS.
That's awesome.
Remember, people would be like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Aladdin at school. It's gonna be so cool. What's your favorite song?" And I'd be like, "There's only one song in Aladdin." Because I grew up with the Golden Films Aladdin.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Only had one song, and it was called "Rub the Lamp."
Explains a lot. Explains so much. Awesome.
That I grew up on bootleg Disney
Yes.
VHSs.
So great. There is a jack of all trades in there, Raph.
Yes, but I think I currently have a different character that has that.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think in this the idea is that we're going to be teamed up. We're going to be like specialists in our field. So I don't really want to be like across the board.
Mhm.
I think I want to try and just stick to my lane so I can be an asset for the team. Hopefully,
Oh, that's a first.
Okay, let's not bully Wrath.
strong enough, strong. All right, roll initiative.
No. There's the soldier edge.
I was literally just about to read that one. Carry extra weight.
And a free vigor reroll, and minimum strength to use weapons is reduced. It's not too crazy, but that feels like something where we could. It's one of those edges like luck where you can kind of make extra arguments for it. At points like, oh yeah, that might benefit you. You know, a soldier should be able to do this.
There's a lot of social edges in here. I could see Davy from Skulls and Shackles having humiliate, provoke,
Yep.
rabble rouser.
Oh, there are a ton of those that are just like, okay, so you got taunt. All right. In the horror companion, there's a background edge called gallows humor that you use your taunt skill instead of your spirits to resist fear. And if you get a raise, then you mock the threat so hard that all of your allies get a +1 to their fear roll. It's just
Interesting. Yeah, there
feels like
really isn't any edges that would really benefit my character concept. Like I have Investigator as the only one out of that list that I pulled up.
yeah, there's not really like a drone specialist
Well,
just
any
because
kind of like computer expert, hacker, electronics, there's no edges around that. Unless, was there a thing if I go to skills? Skills. Traits, hinders. Skills not a section? Skills.
Yeah, skills should be earlier, before edges.
Okay. Am
Oh,
I
it's under
supposed to only
traits.
choose
Okay.
one edge? Is that what I'm understanding? I was trying to understand it in the book, and
You get
a lot
one
of it's
edge
over my
for
head.
free for being human. You get a novice edge for free for being human. And then with the points that Pickles gave, we got 4 points for free, and then if you take a hindrance, you can get a half to 1 extra point. An edge costs 1 point. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Pickles. So technically, you could
Slightly
take.
off.
Oh, never mind then. I'll just shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. What is it?
So hindrance points. If you don't take any hindrances, you'll have 4 points. If you take another major, you'll have 5. Or
Yes.
that's
Up
not
to
right.
5.
You'll have 6 actually if you take a major hindrance. If you take a minor, minors are worth 5 or worth 1.
Oh.
So you could take
Yeah.
you could take 4 to 6 points here, and underneath the hindrances it says for 2 hindrance points you can raise an attribute 1 die type or choose an edge, or you can spend 1 hindrance point to gain another skill point or gain some more starting funds. So by default you only get 1 edge, but if you want more edges, then you can spend those hindrance points on that. You might say instead, well, I'm not seeing a lot that I like. I want my hacking skill really high instead. And you might spend your points elsewhere.
Okay.
So the hindrance points are just kind of a slush fund to make your character more impressive. You could just have that 1 edge and call it good. Don't think there will be any guys chasing you around whipping you at the start of this game, so
Thank God.
but you might consider what roles you've been making in our other games and basing it there.
Okay, so I moved my smarts to a D6 because I'm choosing linguist, correct? That's just an
Uh,
automatic.
let's see. Yeah, I think that's the minimum required.
Okay.
So as long as you bring it up to a D6, you should be able to buy linguist. Languages. It's under background, isn't it? It is. Of course, you can have your smarts higher. You just have to have the D6 minimum.
How do I change it?
Click that
I'm
little
looking at
gear.
something very
See
foreign right
where
now.
attributes is? To the
Oh,
left of
yeah.
attributes. No, on your character sheet. To the left of attributes, you're going to see a gear.
Right above agility. Yeah, there we are.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that one's a little bit weird. I don't know why they do that. Just let me change the freaking number.
Alrighty.
All right, linguist, interesting.
Well, that makes sense.
Does.
Make them blind.
A blind linguist.
That would be so funny. Oh god.
Use echolocation or whatever it's called to get around.
I'm like a bat.
ah, 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 ah.
We gotta sneak in really quick.
Ah,
Okay.
ah.
The tongue-tied linguist.
Perfect.
Makes sense to me. Oh god, I don't.
And this is sort of why I was like, I want you guys to have the hindrance points, but I do kind of want you guys to be heroes.
Not completely
This
broken.
one might be perfect.
Timid.
You
That
could
might be perfect.
the mute linguist.
You suffer a -2 penalty when people try to intimidate you. they're trying to intimidate you in a language that Wrath's character doesn't understand, so he doesn't understand why you're getting intimidated.
Well, it's like Corlock just being too stupid. Like he's not used to the ways of this world, so he's just gonna like,
Yeah.
sure.
How's it going over for you, Wrath? You picking some edges?
Yeah. I grabbed.
Or you,
I'm looking at Scholar. It gives me a +2 to my roll in a following skill that I choose, which would be either academics, battle, occult, science, or smarts based knowledge type skill. Thought that might come in handy maybe. I was looking at trademark weapon as a possibility. Gives me.
You
Is
were
it again?
saying loyal. Are you doing loyal for a hindrance?
No, I thought about loyal, just being loyal to the company, but vow made more sense for like I'm sworn to the company. I don't know. I guess I could go loyal half minor and vow minor. It didn't really matter to me. Whichever one just made him. He's just loyal to the company. I don't know. I think loyal applied more to like I'm loyal to my friends, whereas vow was more I'm to the company. That's
yeah.
and seeing as how based on the way this campaign is, friends could cycle out here and there depending on who I'm working with. So I don't think I should be loyal. Like I'm loyal to Chelsea's character, and then Chelsea's not there, and I'm playing with the D's, and I'm like, well, I'm not loyal to you, so get fucked. But if I'm sworn to the company and they're an operator who's also working for the company, then I should be working in their best interest as well. Like it doesn't make sense if I let Odysseus' character die because I'm like, oh, that's a hit to the company. No, I should keep his character alive. I think Vow made more sense. I think grand scheme.
Let's have
I think
an
it tells.
illiterate linguist.
Seen a lot of illiterate characters.
All right,
I think
I'll
a
be right back.
combo of Vow and Loyal, okay, would be a different story than Vow Major, because Vow and Loyal would kind of be like, I I'm loyal to my fellow agents, and I have a vow to the company. What happens when those agents try and betray the company? That would create a really interesting split there of,
Dynamic.
yeah, how do you deal with that? Whereas Vow Major would be more cut and dry, as you are for the company, and therefore it would immediately nullify that as no, we're not betraying the company.
It's also tough because I keep thinking about my first character. I was character concept. I came up with this where I was hand-to-hand combat specialist type deal. I keep seeing all these edges that are for that, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. Oh wait, I'm not that type of character. Like, hopefully,
Well,
the
how
idea would
does your
be I
character fight?
send my drone in.
And if that's not available,
Well, that's why I have trademark weapons. That way, I should be trained with a weapon. Maybe I don't have it, but it's on my list of things I might get. Be trademark
yeah,
weapon. I'm also looking through combat edges to see, but a lot of it is block, brawler, reflexes, counterattack, and I'm like, I don't know that.
martial arts
Yeah,
or
exactly.
martial artist.
I don't know that my guy would be a martial artist. Like, I don't want to put all my points in strength. I want to be putting them in the my smarts and my
Nerves of
research.
steel.
Well, just there's things that make it to where when I get hit, I shouldn't. But the idea would be I wouldn't be standing up front getting punched in the face. If that's
That's
happening,
true.
I'm doing
True.
my job wrong.
Free runner.
Again, doesn't really help.
Get out of there quick.
Plus, I've taken free runner on like 2 or 3 characters now and never used it. So
Well, I gave you benefits for having free runner.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, there's the passive benefits you give.
You do some rolls that are just automatic successes instead.
Yeah.
Giant killer. No, that's for a veteran. um,
Yeah, I might just spend my points on skills. Because there just aren't very many edges specifically for me unless I should be looking in the horror companion.
there aren't that. I think there's just one page of those over there. It's stuff like gallows humor, relentless, veteran of the dark world.
Edges.
Oh, yeah, Veteran in the Dark World could be interesting.
It's a smarts one. Let's
Uh,
see.
oh,
Veterans of the Dark World
hmm.
begin play at seasoned, giving
But
them
you take
4
a
immediate
major
advances.
penalty.
Price for this experience is a roll in the... Oh.
Eh.
Let me see what I would get. What would I have to roll? A 1d20?
Yeah, let me see what I would get as well.
I would
Oh,
get...
frick, frick.
Oh, I would get Jinxed, which gives me
18.
bad... Is it really?
No, it's 11.
So I would get Jinxed, which means I would get the bad luck hindrance, which I don't want.
Ooh, I would get flashbacks. Anytime
That's
I draw a club card, I get distracted.
that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, those are tough. There's some bad ones in there. Marked for Death, Maimed.
Hunted.
Maybe I won't take those.
Yeah, that one's a little bit rough. Monster Hunter. Okay, that's a Visions. Great, just great.
Yeah, I don't think there's any in there that
Yeah.
those
Ooh, holy water pistol. That's absurd.
yeah, yeah. No to that. Okay. So yeah, then I gotta figure out, yeah, how would my guy fight? Let's go
I think it's
gear.
helpful to consider the more you rely on technology, of course, like how your character adapts to not having that technology. Um, like in an ideal circumstance, yes, you would have your drone, you'd have your sniper rifle, shotguns, all that stuff. But if you're in a scenario where you can't be carrying around long arms, then what would you use instead of a sniper? If you're in an area where you can't use drones, what would you use instead of those? I think it's just helpful to go down that list of like, okay, if we have to go to the governor's ball, how is our character going to keep themselves safe? Is that a situation where you have to be like, no, I got to stay in the van? Or would you be able to do a more inconspicuous weapon? Well, that's where having a martial artist is useful because they're always equipped, essentially.
Well, it was my first character, would have been a martial
Yeah.
arts specialist for sure, but I think I would want to put my points into hacker, and
Yeah.
being the hacker and the martial artist just spreads you out too much, and it's like, hey, we need you to stay back here and watch cameras, but also go in and be the front line. And I'm like, well, you gotta fucking pick one.
If you're in the van, how do you protect yourself if the van is ambushed?
That's why I'm looking at trademark weapon. I still have
Yeah.
a weapon on me. Like I'm still,
Yeah.
like you said, we still have shooting, stuff.
Right.
So I'm looking at, more than likely, if we looked at this as like a melee range, close range, medium range, long range, I'd probably be in the close range where I'm using like maybe a submachine gun as my primary. Like some people would be coming in with like a full on like assault rifle, like someone would come in with a sniper, someone would come in with pistol, someone would come in with like machete. I'm thinking I'm like in that pistol to submachine gun range
Makes sense.
would be my preferred area. Most likely the H&K MP5. Rock that and a Glock.
Makes sense.
Unlikely. Okay, but I already have shooting. So let me go back to characters, go back to character creation. So I know you already answered this, but I'm going to ask again. So each edge costs 2 hindrance points.
Correct.
And because if I go minor hindrance, vow, loyalty, then I would have 6 points to spend. Okay.
Correct.
And I get 1 novice edge for free for being human.
Correct.
Okay. So 1 for being human, and then that's 2 more potentially. So that would be 4. What does trademark weapon actually get me?
I believe it makes you more accurate.
When using it, he adds +1 to his rolls to parry. It just makes me better at parrying.
Adds +1 to his athletics, fighting, or shooting rolls as
Oh, just in
appropriate,
general.
and +1 to parry when readied, even if
Okay.
it's a ranged weapon.
Gotcha. So
So
+1
it's
to my
the
accuracy.
and defense. Yeah,
I don't know, spending 2 whole points on a +1 accuracy.
and +1 parry.
Right. Or I could spend the points boosting the skill and getting a way. I feel like boosting the skill is a way better benefit than getting a +1 to accuracy. Plus a die size or +1? No, die size is better. From a D12 to a D20.
You do get capped out eventually. It doesn't go from D12 to D20.
I know. But like D10 to D12 is 2 possible increase. D8
Yeah.
to D10, D6, yeah, it's all +2. Or just taking
If your
trademark
attribute
weapon.
high.
It will be. I don't know if it will be. Okay, so
Because I mean, those 6 points.
on
6 points is 3 attribute increases instead.
Yeah, that's a tough sell. Okay, so I need to take Investigator. Gets me +2 to roll.
Death Wish.
Research.
So in other words, he's a millennial.
Classic. Research.
You might find death in these adventures.
I honestly, I think that could be fun. More fun than maybe like one of these ones because I don't know, something. I feel like this is too much. Yeah, because timid and devilish wouldn't make sense together, but hesitant and
Smart.
well, that wouldn't make sense either.
Arts.
If you have a high smarts, people are going to have a harder time taunting you.
Okay.
I'll have to start intimidating you. Ugh.
Research isn't a given skill.
It is not. Research is good if you want to be going to the library and finding information, or going online, getting accurate, quick results. Something that will play an effect within some of these cases is general time use. For example, if somebody's been kidnapped, you want to get the job done as soon as possible. You don't want them sitting around with kidnapper dying. So some of them will kind of have like, do you want to do this the safe way or the quick way? And having skills that can reduce time can be beneficial. Most modules won't really be that much of a stickler for that, but when we're in situations like that, I'll try and give you guys accurate information of like, this will take probably 2 hours. Are you sure you want to do that? It has been 12 hours since Johnny was kidnapped. We'll find his body.
Yeah.
You are competent agents. Are you sure you just want to find his body? Yeah.
Good enough. Close enough.
The first module definitely won't have that kind of time pressure. And also, I just don't like time pressure. I guess if your trademark weapon was like a knife, that +1 would also go to throwing it. Throwing, stabbing, and parrying. But
True.
doesn't really help you if it's a gun, because why would you throw your gun?
Also true.
My lucky musket!
Yeah, and your trademark weapon that you just throw, and then it's like, and now I don't have a weapon. Nailed
What
it.
am I without it?
Really glad I spent that edge point.
Liquid courage. Could be an alcoholic hero. Danger sense is one you might consider as well.
I think my other character has curious.
Curious is a fun one.
Yeah.
Classic.
Give me a Benny if you don't want to climb into that dungeon.
Two. Math happen.
Yep. We're not nerds.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is how many hindrance points you get.
Exactly. Yeah, let's go. So I take some research. Which took 1 to get it, 1 to take it up to a D6, and 1 to take it up to 8.
Of course, if you guys have similar skills like research, you can help each other and make things go quicker and have benefits to rolling. I believe the aid skill action would apply here. If both of you have good stealth, then you might be able to sneak into places.
Firm.
Yeah.
Probably edit all this silent doing math in our heads out.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of filler things to say that wouldn't just distract you.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to you, but also trying to do math in my head, so I'm trying to tune you out. No offense.
Yep, I'm trying to tune me out too. Man, it's like he just starts talking, and I don't care what he's saying.
Yeah, it's like partly I'm listening to you, and then I lose track of what I was doing here, and then partly I'm doing this here, and then I don't know what to respond to you. So then your filler
Yep.
content just ends, and then no one replies because we're both sitting here thinking.
That's all good. This is the hardest part of the game.
Just the entire campaign. This is the hardest part right here.
I mean, it usually is making characters, making those initial decisions, and then you wake up on a pirate ship and you go, "No, there are worse things."
There are worse things. Yeah, that was me doing math. I had to count
1,
to
2,
3.
3.
Well, it was to get electronics to raise it to a D, because it starts at a D4, right? When you get it.
Correct.
But then I raise it to a D6. Then I raise it to a D8. 3 points.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 3. Uh, It's okay. That's fine. To raise.
A roof.
Yeah.
Performance is the skill you'll need.
It's 1 point to raise a die type on a skill.
For skills.
Yeah.
So I should have 7 that I get to spend, right? Because I have a major and a minor. And then you have the 4
You are
that
not
you gave to
allowed to
us.
do that.
The major will get you 2 points, but I'm limiting it to you
Right.
can only take 2 minor or 1 major.
Yeah, Pickles cut you off.
Yeah.
Normally you
I'm
could
limiting.
do that. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you don't take any hindrances, you'll have 4 points, and if you take 2 minor, if you take 1 minor, you'll have 5 points. If you take 2 minor or a major, then you'll have 6 points. And that's the cap.
Okay.
I know it's fun to take hindrances, but trying to be heroes here. It's the hour mark, so I'm going to be right back real quick. But you guys can feel free to keep going.
I will. Well, that's not gonna work. That.
I'm back.
Oh, but
Hell yeah. Oh, putting some points in common knowledge.
Ooh.
You, Wrath.
Yeah. I gotta know stuff. That's my whole character thing.
Yeah. No, you already knew I was going to abuse that. I did want to mention electronics to you.
Yeah.
Because I forgot that that's not going to be a skill that's included. It's more for like operating high-end like spaceship panels and stuff. It's
No, it does say
op-
systems found on spaceships.
So you can save those points or put them into hacking or repair.
Yeah, there's not like
Hacking
a
will be your.
computer thing. Hacking will be
Uh,
that.
I think hacking is the most appropriate one. I don't want you to have multiple skills when one would suffice.
Okay, so
Um,
that's 3 points that would save me if I take out
yep.
electronics.
Yep.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I know it's not a clean one, but I think hacking is the most appropriate. Um, your control over the
Just
interface,
work in the
essentially. I don't
computer
know.
systems. Okay.
Yeah. We'll say the computer systems is part of hacking. Yeah, I mean it is, but yeah. Just taking a look at Chelsea over here. Okay.
Am I doing this right?
Looks like I know you have a lot of skills, but it does look like it's um
It's my yeah.
I don't know if Wrath did this, but
What did
yeah,
I
if
do?
you go into the skill, like fighting and whatnot, there's a button below the wild die called core skill where you can trigger it to say that it's a core skill, just as a reminder that you don't need to pay for the first level.
Okay.
It just puts a little star next to it so you know you have the first level free.
I was fighting and shooting.
Fighting and shooting, yeah.
I had not, but I have now.
Cool. Just to throw that out there. Um, let's see. Um, yeah, you may want to. Oh, yeah, I see why you're limiting yourself to d6s now. You'll want to put those attributes a little higher at some point. But yeah, I just assume you're not there yet. Um,
You talking to her or
but yeah.
me?
Me.
Sorry to Chelsea.
Okay.
Does look like you guys got a good split of skills here, though. Um, you're both intellectual characters, but you're in different areas of, I guess, study. That's interesting. Um, Interesting.
Hmm.
Chelsea's your hindrances.
The hesitant one. I'm excited to play that hesitant one because of the fact that you get to draw twice and you pick the lower,
Oh
so it
my gosh.
increases your
Okay.
chance of getting a joker.
Oh, you know what's interesting about hesitant too is since you draw and you have to take the lower, you should take the
I
calculating
was gonna say
edge
calculating would be a great edge for you.
because it's whenever you get a 5 or lower in your initiative, you can ignore 2 points of penalty from various things. Um, cannot take quick or level-headed as an edge. That makes sense. Lowest
So
is 9.
for edge, okay, so you're saying for edges I should take calculating?
Yeah, I think it's under combat. It would just be a really nice one to pair with hesitant because hesitant tries to make it so you get a low initiative, and you might go from the not from the purple one, from the lower edges,
That's right. I keep forgetting that. There
so
we
you can
go.
get some details. Yeah, I wish I could get rid of the redundant one, but
Okay, wait. How many edges can we have?
you get one for free.
Right.
And then with your hindrance points, since you have a full load of hindrances there, you'll be getting 6 points. So you could, if you just wanted to maximize your edges, you could take up to 4 at start, but then you wouldn't
Okay.
have any hindrance
So
points to spend on skills or attributes.
okay, let me kind of restart this over because I think my brain is.
That's okay. Excel can help here, I think, too, calculating everything. If you have a that or Google Sheet. Um, I would almost argue it would be wise to split your hindrances. Um, between the 3 areas pretty evenly, like put 2 points into buying an extra edge, put 2 points into increasing an attribute by 1, and then your remaining 2 points, spend those on getting your skills up a little bit more. Um, you might say, "But Pickles, to get my skills up more, it would actually be wiser to put my attribute," and that's just my advice. You could do 2 attributes, you could do whatever you want with those points. Um, but calculating would pair very well with, hesitant.
Okay. So that would also mean then my novice, and smarts go to a D8. Am I
You would
understanding
need
that?
to put them at a D8.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it require? Oops, sorry. Just pressing buttons. You're already a novice.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Do I
far, in
even
order to have
want linguist? Because linguist put me at a D6.
it requires that you be at a D6.
Right,
So
but if
you could be
calculating already puts me at a D8 for smarts, should I just choose a different basic edge, the one that
Oh
would
no,
get me
they don't put you up there. It becomes the requirement that you have to have your attributes at that level to be able to get it. So having your smarts at a D8 means you could qualify for buying both. If it was only a D6, then you couldn't qualify for buying calculating, but you could get linguist.
Okay.
Because you'll still need to spend points in increasing your attributes.
So this
Um,
counts as spending them because it's a requirement.
correct.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why Wrath has said it's best to start with your edges so you know what you need to buy in order to qualify what you want.
So then I should have 2 points left because
Um,
my smarts is at a D8.
let's see. Okay, so you haven't increased any of your other attributes. You've put 2 points into smarts, and you have three more remaining. You start with 5 attribute points per page 55.
Okay, sorry. Because I thought we had 4, and then with the minors, that gets an extra 2. So isn't it 6
That would
in
be
total?
the hindrance points. You're playing with different pools here. Your hindrance points can feed into your other pools, but for just your attributes alone, to start, you have 5 points you can spend. And you've spent
Oh,
two of
okay.
those points
That's okay, just for attributes. Okay, now I'm
just for
understanding.
attributes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said you could
So I
just
have
go
3
across the
left.
line and
Got it.
increase everything
Okay.
by one, but yeah. Um,
Got it.
so you could increase smarts more, and know that later on you're going to put hindrance points in there to make it better, or you know,
Sure.
all those things. How's it going over there, Wrath?
Good.
Okay, that's
Um,
pretty optimistic.
yeah, I need to look at the traits.
The traits?
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to see. So I put a point in strength, but but I didn't put any in vigor. And I'm like, what's the benefit of each? Like, what is each used
Ah,
for? So I was trying to see, like, because his
Yeah, what
strength just.
exactly is bigger?
vigor is your general constitution and physical health. So most immediately, it affects your toughness characteristic. Or your derived stat, I should say. So if you have a very low vigor, you're going to have a low toughness, which means it's much easier to hurt you. I believe if you try to soak damage, you roll your vigor to do so after spending a Benny. It's a rule I always forget, but yeah, you're having good vigor means you'll be able to fight that. In general, it's a roll I'll make you do if you're trying to resist poison or some other like physical daunting thing. If you're traveling for long periods of time in the deserts around Egypt, we'll be rolling vigor rolls to avoid fatigue. Uh,
To be able
felt
to
triggered
carry my
there.
submachine gun, I need a d6 in strength. And my
Yeah,
point is going into strength. Okay,
yes.
so I guess I'll go over my character. I've got I know you guys won't be able to see it on screen here, but so I've got my agility up to D8. That's 2 points. Um my smarts up to D10, so that'd be 3 points. My
Total of
spirit
5, yeah.
Yep, my spirits up to a D6, that's 1 point. My strength up to a D6, that's 1 point. My vigor hasn't changed. So 7 points
Okay.
total. So what I did is you get 5 points for your traits initially, and then
Hmm.
I have 6 bonus points, the 4 that you gave me, and then 2 for my hindrances, right? So 6 points total. So
Correct.
I used 2 of them there to finish out my attributes.
That'd be 4 points. Because each attribute costs 2 hindrance. And it doesn't?
I don't know. I'm just telling you now because I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
It says
It's,
attributes
yeah.
start at D4. You have 5 points to distribute among them. Each step costs 1 point.
And on page 55, though, the hindrance points. For 2 hindrance points, you can raise an attribute, 1 die type, or choose an edge. With your attribute pool, that is true, though, is that it's 1 point per.
Crap. Okay, that might be
I see the displeasure here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, see, that's why we go over it, though, to make sure. Okay, so...
And this is why, though, I wanted you guys to have something a little extra than just the maximum of 4 hindrance points from taking hindrances. That's why I gave you guys extra. Push the limit.
Cost 2
'Cause,
points.
yeah.
Okay, so if I'm going to be
sorry.
working on the skill set next for that pool, that since I have an extra edge, does that mean that I have 4 or 5 points to go from now? I'm so confused on
Let's
that.
go look back here. Okay, so we got smarts at D8, rest at D6 except for agility. So that would be 2. You've spent your 5 points there. So you've spent your
Right.
base attribute pool. Why are your skills all down now?
Because
Uh,
I put them back
oh,
to where they
gotcha.
were. Because I
Okay, so
was
you
confusing
qualify.
myself.
Gotcha. You qualify for all of your edges, so we don't need to worry about that. It doesn't look like it looks like you have 2 edges, so you've spent some hindrance points on that, so you'd be at 4 remaining hindrance points, and you have 12 skills left to spend. Or hold on, let's see. You've purchased a few of these, so academics 1, healing, language, cult. So you've spent 4 of your skill points so far, just getting up to
Okay.
these new skills. So you would have 8 points remaining to put into your skills.
Okay, and that's changing the die type, correct?
Correct.
And then when I change the die type, is it spending a point or 2 points?
It's 1 point as long as it's less than or the same as your attribute that's connected to.
Got it.
So
Okay.
for your smarts, that'd be your D8.
Now it makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
So then, okay, so what I did is I took my smarts down from a D10 to a D8. So now it should
Okay.
be accurate. So I've got my 5 and then a total of 1 point, but it's costing 2 of my hindrance points.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Okay, so then for for skills, 1 hindrance point does boost a skill 1 step.
Correct.
Okay. So I've got I picked up research and brought it up 1 point, making it this is gonna be out of order. Actually, let me just do this in order. So I'm just looking at my character sheet. Because in my notes it's written out of order, but on my character sheet I'll do it in order. Athletics, I was able to take up to a D6, that's 1 point. Because my agility is a D8. Yeah, I had to have my agility D8. Okay, so yeah, athletics up 1 point to a D6. Common knowledge smarts up 2 to a D8.
Correct.
Fighting up 1 to a D6. Hacking up 2 to a D8.
You had to buy it though originally.
Yep, so 3 points there. Notice up 1 to a D6. Persuasion up 1 to a D6. Repair bought for 1 stays at a D4. Research bought and upped 1, so that's 2 points up to a D6.
Correct.
Shooting upped to D8, 2 points.
Correct.
Stealth up 2 to a D8.
And that would put you at just 1 point over. Oh, wait, no, that put you up to 16 points.
Yes, which I should have 12, and then my 4 remaining hindrance points.
Oh, yeah, and then if you only have 1 edge, you are.
And I have 1 edge of investigator, which investigator gives me a +2 to my research and my notice rolls, which both of those are useful.
Very nice. Okay, yeah, then it looks like you got everything locked in.
I only messed up once
Um,
with guidance.
well, you're ready for your equipment,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
I've also got my appearance and my biography written just because we had already worked on that.
gotcha.
Because we don't have lives. Well, we do actually. We're very busy people, but
Okay,
All
Pickles,
right.
can you go through
Yep.
and check all my attributes and skills and make sure that all is correct? Wise.
Yes. Let's see. So many skills. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's perfect. Um, and attributes are perfect, and you have only one edge purchased. So we're down to your 4 remaining hindrance points, where you can say, I want more edges, or I want more attributes.
didn't she?
Did you spend an attribute on, or
I
yeah,
didn't.
the
I didn't
hindrance?
see what she got, but she took a full 2 points of hindrances as well.
Yeah.
What did she
Let's see.
spend that
And
on? Oh, she got an
the
edge.
first, yeah, the first would be an edge. You didn't spend any on attributes or skills, so yeah, you just have 4 remaining.
I have
Um,
4 points for attributes.
you have 4 points for anything. So your options here, you could spend 2 and get an attribute up. You could spend 2 and get an edge. You could spend 2 and get a skill to go above your attribute level, or you could spend 1 to get a skill up to that attribute limit.
Okay, because my agility definitely needs to come up if I can put it up.
Yep,
So
you can
that
pick that as
spends
that would
two
cost 2.
points.
It costs 2,
Mhm.
so you would have
Okay,
2 left.
so 2 left, and then
Yeah,
All right,
it's
you have
Quick
2
Pickles
left.
is all of her. I can't really read, but are all of her skills within limits for her attributes?
Only fighting was off, but
But
you
now it's
charged
good.
yourself
yeah,
correctly for it.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, but
Now that
yeah,
But now
now
it's
it,
not.
so you get points
So
back.
yeah, so you would have 1 more skill point to spend, and you'd be at 2 hindrance points. 1
okay.
skill, 2 hind. I'll hold my fingers up. We've got the pools. 1 skill,
Math
2
is fun,
hindrance.
everyone. D&D. Woo. I should
It
say
would be nice if the
TTRPGs.
pools
This
made
isn't
more
D&D.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
This
kind
is
of
a
thinking
this is
my
a complicated
smarts needs to
system.
be up higher. So if I put my smarts up to a D10, then that would finish that one pool, right? I'm
Yep.
done
So you'd
there.
have 1 skill
Okay.
point left.
Okay. And so I have 1 skill point to spend. Okay, got it. Okay.
And you could spend that on any of those agility ones that you have at a D4, like shooting or stealth, or you could buy thievery.
Are we gonna need that? We're
I don't
gonna
know.
I don't have
Do you
thievery.
want to have the option to break into somebody's house?
Thievery is a good one that I don't have that I was thinking. But
I
God, you have a
don't know if that
D10
would match.
smarts? What are your attributes? How are you? I feel like I'm so strapped on all my points and I put it as high as I could and you're still smarter than me.
You spent 4 points on skills though.
I did put a bunch of, but you just told her she has a ton of skills. Oh, I'm seeing a lot
You
of
have
D4s though.
Yeah, yours are a bit higher
Yeah.
on average, I think. But smarts is a good attribute to have just to ask questions. Um, and it's more of your ability to solve things on the fly rather than specialized knowledge. If I ask you a riddle, it would likely come under smarts rather than academics or research. Research, you could figure out a riddle. I mean, but it would just take time. And you'd know the origins of the riddle. And
I have a feeling shooting is gonna be necessary to bring up. So we're gonna do that one. Alright, there we go.
All right. You guys have all of your attributes, skills, edges, and hindrances. So now we're going to go into equipment.
Just so you know, I did change my hindrances on my character sheet to be Vow Minor, Loyal Minor.
You like that one better?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm happy for it to be Vow Major.
I think it works with my character's backstory that we discussed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think it would go either way. I did think about that sort of as I was blabbering on about stuff.
No, I think it works. Allow it.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pop up this journal entry on your screen. Can I just be done with that? This is your. Well, if the first part is going to be going over what equipment each of you have, and then you'll have some shared equipment that you can make decisions on. How do I show this to players? It should pop to everybody. And you should own it.
Okay. I have access to it. I
yeah,
don't know if I can. Last time you shared it with us, I closed it and then could never find it again. Oh, and it's all gone.
Sorry. Let me
There's a second
pop it again.
And it's back.
It should be in the journal tab, which looks like the book underneath the briefcase, which is underneath the player's icon. So the basic idea, of course, is you'll start with a basic weapon that makes sense for your build. You'll have a pair of handcuffs, clothing, a home, your relevant tool or kit if you bought a skill that makes sense. And of course, the 500 that you start out with. So we'll delete that part once you guys have your stuff figured out. I figure just like a basic weapon would be, if you use a sniper, it's your sniper. If you use a submachine gun, it can be that. If you're a drone operator, I'll give you a basic drone to start with that has a, I don't know, pistol or something equipped. You may need to add stuff in. I don't know if pair of handcuffs is in the equipment. There are options on your character sheet to add that item in. When I say clothing style of choice, I do mean that you have a wardrobe of related clothing at your home. When I say home, it can be rented or owned. It's up to you.
Last time having a rented home did not go well for me.
No, it did not. No, you chose the one that wasn't haunted by inescapable house demons.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question is, what's everybody feeling for their basic weapon of choice? What are you known for? What's your private owned weapon?
Private owned weapon? Oh, okay. Then I'll delete that. I would have a Glock on me, most likely.
Okay, that works.
A handgun. Oh, got it.
What's you, Chelsea?
Getting off on that, I'm working on something else.
Sounds good.
Like this. Getting on.
What?
My Glock.
Oh, okay.
It's a good way to get us in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not the direction I thought we were going, but
good way to get this video taken down real quick.
Is there a relevant tool or kit for you then, Wrath? While we're waiting
home, a relevant tool kit, and $500 personal cash. Okay. Currency 500, got it. Okay. Relevant tool kit. Probably. Let's stop looking up handcuffs, which there are handcuffs in there.
Cool.
Probably something. I see computer and stuff on here, but it's not like a kit. I see medic kit. Look up.
Yeah, I mean, a computer would make sense for you.
There's a first aid kit, a medic kit, and a tool kit. Okay, generic tool kit. Doesn't have any description on it. Tell me.
I mean, if you're a hacker, you'd probably have like your portable laptop, something that could probably be like a burner rather than at your at-home computer.
Yeah, more than likely. So my laptop kit would probably be like a mouse, keyboard, charger, the laptop, any essentials that go with it.
Yeah,
that'd be my computer kit. Okay.
Yeah, that would be your relevant tool / kit.
Gotcha. Okay. I've thrown that
because you'd want to be able to use that to try and do your hacking business.
Absolutely.
And I presume it's sort of disposable in the sense that It's not your main computer.
Yeah, I would probably have
It's
a
a tool.
computer like the office would have a computer that I could access.
Yes, your HQ will have resources for research,
Makes sense.
but you'd need something on the go.
Yeah, that works for me.
How's it going over there, Chelsea? Looking pretty intensely.
Well, I was trying to find the message that Reth had sent me with where he goes and usually gets his AI art, but I can't seem to find it in our chat.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's why I'm like scanning through everything. I was trying to answer the question for myself, and obviously I'm not doing a great job.
what was the question?
Where the site that you had told me to use last time for creating art, the AI art.
Have one. I have it here. Problem is that's the one that I use to get my art, and then I put it on art style cinematic. I did square shaped as a square. If that matters, it should. What did you say I get? I get clothing style of choice. Got it.
Yeah. A general vibe of how your character dresses.
I just wrote common clothes.
That works. Nondescript is a choice.
A home. House.
And that's a question that you could probably wait on if you need to.
But why?
The first case won't take place in the HQ city, though some of the adventures will take place in the HQ city. But yeah, so if as long as you know your character does live somewhere and is taken care of by your salary.
Roger that.
Looking very judgmental of the pictures you're receiving.
Is it all just nude boobs again? Like every time you're
Oh,
trying to
thankfully.
generate AR, it's just like, and here's boobs, and you're like, no, what? Hang on, they were
Not what I wanted.
shirts.
Oh, AI.
Mhm. I know where my guy lives.
Where does he live?
In a converted warehouse loft.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so industrial open floor plan, probably like has like tinkering workshop kind of thing in there. Think of it like
I was just thinking of Roadhouse.
I was thinking of
Roadhouse.
your motorcycle club.
Oh yeah, yeah, the new 2-story one.
Yeah, kind of something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot like Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. I don't know anything about Roadhouse.
I
Fun at me.
I had never seen it either. And we watched, my wife and I watched the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal because it just looked like a fun, stupid fighting movie, and it was. But then we were like, maybe we should watch the original because a lot of things were like, "Hey, I'm this character," and it's like, okay, what all was just a reference and what was really weird acting? So we watched the original with Patrick Swayze from the '80s, and it was pretty miserable. But in the '80s one, he lives in like a barn that's sort of like a loft, and he fixes it up, and it's kind of cool. Whereas in the sequel, he lives in a houseboat because he's a murderer.
Roadhouse. I just know from Family Guy, I think, when he's like
Yep.
kicking the wheel and Roadhouse, Roadhouse, Roadhouse.
They don't do that
Roadhouse.
much kicking though. That's the thing. I was like, oh, Family Guy. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's
Kicking
always
all the
kicking, and
time,
that's
yeah.
why
What I would have
he
thought.
kicks like maybe 6 times, and it's all in one fight. They're okay kicks.
Okay, kicks.
Well,
For
it's very
my
much like not a martial artist kicking. There's a lot of stage fighting.
I got you. For my common clothes, what I did is I just wrote common clothes, and then in there in the description, I kind of just put an idea of what he might be wearing day to day or whatever.
Gotcha.
It's more. I don't think anyone's ever gonna look at it besides me, but if anyone asks me to describe my character once, maybe at the beginning of the game, I will.
Yeah. You know how games go.
I think in King's Crossing, I've had you guys describe your characters maybe twice, and it was once at the beginning of the game, and then once when you guys came out of prison. It was like, what do you look like now? Spoiler. They went to prison.
Not because I committed crimes, but because people thought my behaviors were crimes. That's their choice.
Yeah, it's probably debatable somewhere.
Yeah, and it was.
Just not in
It
court, I'll
was
tell you
debated.
that.
I debated with haters.
Yeah, system was stacked against you, wasn't it? Spoilers. If
The
anyone is
MREs
watching this video.
remind me of when you brought me that big box full of ketchup and MREs to that apartment. I was like,
Why? I thought I was like, oh, I'm such a good boyfriend. I'm bringing a box of MREs and ketchup. You're welcome.
I still have the photo. I sent it to you not too long ago because it was like 11 years ago or something.
So dumb.
It's food.
Hey, being a young, dumb, and what else? What's the next line of that? I don't know what the next young, dumb and broke. That's the song.
Oh.
Young, dumb, and broke. I think, isn't it? I don't know. Tell me in the comments if this video ever goes anywhere. Okay, so I finished up the each party member starts with section.
How are you doing on your search and decisions,
I'm
Chelsea?
working. It's taking forever to load. Is the problem?
Your AI is slow.
For the shared assets, it says we get 3 weapons to start. Am I allowed to take one of those weapons?
So how the shared assets will work is this is what you have in your arsenal that anybody in this company could be using. So it would likely be something where you'd have one item that you're like, yeah, we have an MP5 that I use.
That's exactly what I'm putting on there. I can.
And this is actually more of something that is up for you guys to debate more. Do you want to have the slot be sort of dedicated?
I'm pitching it now. This is me pitching. I don't have access to edit this arsenal. Am I supposed to write in there one? It just has an X. Am I supposed to be able to write?
We might have to do this in another method. Oh wait. Okay.
Maybe you just write.
Every time I write, you say it disappears.
Well, I don't know. Let me see. If I close this and then I try and go find it. Yeah, no, it's not there for me.
Show players.
Yeah, you can show it to me, but I don't actually have ownership of it.
Okay, show and ownership. Okay, how about now?
I mean, it's showing for
try
me.
Reloading it.
Let me read the whole page. We did this last time and it never worked for me.
Did we never get it to work?
Not for me. I think it did for other people, but for some reason, no. I go to my journal entries. There's nothing there.
Okay, what did we do last time to fix this?
It never worked for me. We just moved on. Everyone was talking, so I just stopped talking. And
we went somewhere to fix it. Like we were like, okay, let's do this in the group chat.
Everyone else had access, so they all started typing, and then I just told them to write what I needed added. I don't know why I can't. Why can't give me permission to it? Weird.
I've given it. I'm literally choosing the options that give you permission.
I believe
so
you. It's not there for me. It's not
like show players,
journal.
Inherit? That's an interesting one.
You see, like,
I'm gonna say if now you've inherited this.
okay. Still, nope. I can see it.
Can okay?
I
Is
see
there?
it open.
There's no
but
button.
I can't do anything with it, and it's not in my journal entries or anything.
Okay, and so when you have it open, you don't see the little edit icon,
No, I can't edit
even if you hover around it.
anywhere. There's no.
Let me try just showing you.
Curious if Chelsea could.
Okay,
What?
so this should go directly to you rather than spamming it for everybody.
When you get a chance, Chelsea, if you could, on the right tab of the game, right now you're under the what is that called? The compendiums. Can you go to the journal? No, so she doesn't have it either.
Weird.
Thanks.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Maybe you just don't know how to do
I clearly don't.
it.
Why is Discord not working now?
Not?
Yeah, it's just
Okay, back.
yeah.
Okay.
Might have
We're
to
gonna sit
exit
here
out of
and
this
try
really
and
quick.
troubleshoot.
There we go. No.
I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna. Oh. Okay, bye. Oh, welcome back.
There now I can actually interact with this. Okay.
So, if you go to the journal tab, right, and then you just right click it, the thing, what are your options? I'm trying to remember.
in folders. Okay. Okay. So what I see is I'll open it up. I'll see all of the journal entries. I'll click on the one that I want to give to you.
Don't click on it. Just right click it.
Right click. I see configure ownership, export
Yeah.
data, import.
Configure ownership.
Oh.
And then what?
Then I can make everybody an owner. I'm going to do so.
Okay. Yep.
Save changes.
There it is. That's what you need to do.
Okay, that's how you do it. Not going into it and showing players and changing the ownership by sending it to them.
No, yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it does nothing.
No, it does literally nothing apparently. Okay, yeah, now I can edit page and then I can share to assets. Boom.
Editor, cut that out.
we solved it. It's fine. Okay, so I've picked one of the small firearms. I'll leave the other ones. A large firearm. Sniper rifle, shotgun, assault rifle. Oh, wait, that's where submachine gun goes.
Yeah.
Oops.
An MP5 would be in a larger firearm.
Oops.
But you could move that.
I did. I'm there. I moved.
If it's like an Uzi or something, I might class that as a smaller firearm. But like MP5 often needs two hands.
If the small firearms like pistols, shut-off shotguns, tasers, tranks. I feel like maybe I should throw a taser. Should I have a taser? Or maybe I should leave these slots open for other players eventually to come in and pick stuff.
Chelsea, you should be able to see this now. I think we got it fixed in the journal tab.
Yeah, so then you can see, and then see on the 2 how I put H
It
and K.
kept popping up for me, and I was wondering why.
Oh, because I kept trying to trigger it.
Pickles
and
just
I was
kept showing it to you, but he wasn't actually giving it to you. He was like holding the book and like letting you look, but he wouldn't give you the book. Like, no.
And you kept being like, I'm working on something. I kept going, no. Look.
3 melee weapons or thrown weapons.
Yeah, so now we're just going through and picking out what items you all would like to have on hand. You can have these items as stuff that you regularly use, of course. But some of these things, like taser, might come in handy to have. Um, there's several categories, of course. I had the category of smaller firearms, like stuff you could probably put into a coat that would probably take one hand to use. For example, most pistols, sawed-off shotguns, taser, trank guns. When I say taser there, I do mean a ranged taser. There's a melee option down below where if you want your more physical stuff, if you really wanted to use a point of the small firearms to get a taser, that's fine. They do come with ammo or uses. So yeah,
How
three
do I
small fire. Oh, go
change
for it.
the portrait photo?
You can't. You have to
You can
send it to
send it to me and
Pickles.
I'll upload it. Yeah,
Ten
I
for
think
me.
it's because the data is located on my computer, so I have to put it in the data folder, and it gets confused and emotional. But if you send that direct,
Emotional.
Maybe just
Did
Pickles
you
gets
say it gets
emotional.
emotional?
I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
It's how things work. That's my hacking skill. Is I give them emotions and I try to appeal their emotions.
Hmm.
All right, now I can get back to it.
Here we go.
And while you guys are working on that, oh yeah, that is sort of a Milo vibe.
Yeah, it's a female version of Milo is what I put in the AI generator.
Yeah, they did that pretty accurately.
Yeah.
And I will add that to you once I remember how to be an adult. Yeah, if you guys want to discuss whatever you're doing.
Because we're fighting like monsters and all that, right?
More often, you're fighting against like terrorist
People.
cells and
Oh, okay.
cultists, and there are monsters out there. So you may want weird equipment sometimes, but yeah, your more
I was
common
kind of
enemy are
thinking
people.
the trank gun if I need to like study the monster is what I was thinking. But if that's not
Yeah,
something that's really going to come up, then
well, it'll come up.
so if you want me to study it, Wrath, that would be what I would say is one of the things we might want.
Actually,
Yeah.
I would add, where the hell did this go? I would add that you'll get paid more if you encounter monstrous things and bring them back alive. Dead bodies are good. Dead bodies are good, but you'll get paid more if you can bring back specimens alive.
So we definitely want a trank gun. Okay, so I need to add into my gear weapons, right?
Well, that's a good question. I wasn't sure how to. I figured we'd have our arsenal here, and then as you guys check out your weapons, you might note on there that Wrath has this, or I should say Ward
I'm
has this,
just
or Kiara has this.
I'm just adding it all to my character sheet, and then in your actual gear, you can mark if you're
Oh,
carrying
yep,
it or not.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, most of these weapons should be in the compendium under either modern firearms or personal weapons. Um, I think the modern firearms has more accurate gun names, and personal weapons probably has like basic builds. Yeah, black powder weapons. Oh
I
yeah,
just
actually.
realized this character's name is very close to Kiri to Daisy's character's name. I was like, wait a minute, is that the same name as hers?
Gonna give
I
me
realized I was like, oh
That
no,
PTSD.
it's
does kind of
similar.
sound similar.
It's different enough. It'll work. This is the other one that likes the hard taps. Except he's got a
Um,
scratch on his head from his brother, if you can see it.
oh no. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a scratch. What's
Okay.
going on, Wrath?
Ooh, ooh. I'm over here making noises, and I just realized it, and I was like, "That's weird."
Yeah, I didn't know what you were making noises about.
Yeah, I was. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, I saw. I've gotten down to. I've done one for each. So I picked. I put stun gun in the three small firearms. In the three large firearms, I put the H&K MP5. For the three melee weapons, I put a stun grenade. Which you
Technically, it'd be stun grenades.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, if it's thrown weapons, I give you at least 3 in your stockpile for free.
Stun grenade saved. Okay, and then I got down to 5 tools, weapons modifications such as silencer, scopes, night vision goggles, disguise kits, lockpicks, door wedges, spy cams. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh.
And actually, disguises. Well, a disguise kit could be beneficial to being in disguise, but below that is armor, uniform, and disguises sets that you could all equip. So, for example, you might want to have on hand police uniforms or something that you could be effectively disguised. You may want some light armor. You might want some heavier armor. If you pick a set, it's for all of you. So if you pick police uniforms, that would use 1 slot there, and it would be everybody has a police uniform. You wouldn't necessarily have to dress that way, but I just want to make it clear that that's how that one works. Yeah, spy cams would probably be a good use of one of your tools.
Would that be like the camera wand, like from Ready or Not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Anything that's generally available. Maybe some strings pulled can get you more items or more inaccessible stuff. Like imagine if you're getting some lightweight like field gear, that might be a little bit more police military grade. Especially if you have some heavy duty combat gear. It'd be a good thing to have on hand if you think you're going to be going into some big firefights, but you might want more disguises. I don't know. It's a
Yeah, the
lot of
problem is,
guessing.
yeah, it's like 5 sets of armor uniforms. I'm like, depends on what we even get up to.
I want to give you guys options to start with, but during the course of these modules, you might find a lot more resources that you can bring back. As I said, if you get a bunch of machetes, you'll have machetes on hand.
Yeah, I think it'd just be a crapshoot. Like, okay, we should do a maintenance kit, a maintenance uniforms because you could get in places with that. Maybe like security uniforms, you could get in places with that. Maybe like dress up, like nice suits kind of thing. Get in places like with that.
That's 3 good disguises right there.
Yeah, probably police uniforms would be a good one if we need to skirt around some of that.
1 flaw with the police uniform.
Fine.
Just to throw this out there. 1 flaw with police uniforms is that they usually say where you're stationed. Like
Yeah, so we just police uniforms, but don't let people look too close.
security uniforms is actually that's what made me think about that. Security is much more like we're hired to be here. You don't know where we're from necessarily. We're from here or whatever.
But if there's like a police crime scene and we need to get on in there and like look at it, we go in. We're just like, hey, we're police, and then they're like, let me see your ID, and you're like, no, it's fine.
Part of your disguise kit would probably be a mock-up of like a badge.
Right, like you said, they'd be like, okay, what precinct? It's fine.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Mambo, number 5.
I know that one.
You guys just roll performance to get out of everything.
That's our entire all our
We
points
need
just go
these
into
for
performance.
A Call of Cthulhu campaign, but you're bards.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, possible.
The stun gun is essentially the same thing as the other one that we were talking about.
What's that?
As a trank gun. Is a stun gun the same thing as a trank gun?
They would definitely be different.
Yeah, I use stun gun for the taser.
Yeah, that would be like your ranged taser.
I saw. Let me see. I think I saw.
Where is a trank gun at?
If there's no option, you may have to put it in. Trank gun, for the most part, wouldn't do damage, but would inject a poison. So it would be whatever poison you're filling into your syringes that then the enemy would roll against. With a
like
tranquilizer
to
type,
knock out one of the monsters and all of that kind of stuff is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that one, I don't think it would do much damage, or it would have a pretty low damage roll. So for the most part, you could just put in build in like trank gun, so to speak, and just put 0 damage, or most likely be a D4, but that wouldn't break most people's toughness. And then the poison is really what would do the action. Tranquilizer being the poison here.
Keep your paw off their
And
back.
I can get that information for poisons somewhere, I think.
Did you say that we were automatically carrying a first aid kit?
Not necessarily. If you scroll to the bottom, I'm going to give you guys 2 vehicles that you use in service of the company, company vehicles, so to speak. Each of those will have a first aid kit in it. So as long as you're near that, your traveling vehicle, you will have first aid options. You could take a field medical kit or like an emergency surgery kit as one of your tools in the 5 tool section. And if you're looking at your personal tools, you could select that as like a personal relevant tool / kit. Though for Kiara, looking at your skills, I think that your relevant personal toolkit would probably be related to the occult, which is a higher skill for you. So maybe something with various like salts and a reference manual, maybe of like things that you've seen. You probably have like in that kind of kit, you probably have like a notebook of stuff you can quickly jot down.
Salt,
EMF meter.
EMF
Yeah.
reader. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. No, actually, that would be a fair thing that an occult toolkit would have.
Makes
Probably
sense.
a cross in there, Star of David.
You're the little ghost hunters on YouTube who run around and they're like, "Did you hear that?"
Camcorder. No.
Yep.
Yeah, a basic occult kit would be to test if things are there. So you could have that if you wanted as your relevant toolkit.
How is a Desert Eagle a higher damage than the Glock is?
Desert Eagle packs a 45 caliber, whereas the Glock packs a 9 caliber. 9 mil, I'd say.
I knew you would know.
I got you. I have a question for you. Desert Eagles are dope, but they have a lot of kick to them. They're big, not concealable. The question, not for you, Pickles, but for her. It says 5 sets of armor, uniforms, disguises: stealth, lightweight, concealable, heavy duty, fire resistant, police, military uniform, cleaning crew, etc. So this is just us choosing a crapshoot of different disguises that we would have to pull from. So I put in there a maintenance crew, security crew, police crew, formal wear. So that'd be like we have to go to a gala or something. You know, you would have like nice suits or dresses or whatever. But what do you have any other ideas for something that just a general outfit that might get us in the door at different things? Trying to think of a 5th one.
I can note really quick. Security probably would have some body armor. I'm just gonna go anyways.
Okay.
Security and police would probably have light body armor built into those outfits.
See that?
Just to fill in like how much armor you currently have on demand.
Oh, I got it.
You might still use your personal funds to buy personal armor, but okay.
Oh no, not that.
Well, okay, so I was thinking
We
like
got to
if
get into
we
an orgy,
go-
guys.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
have to go
have
to
to
the
go
beach. Everyone wear your
into-
swimsuits.
like a bar setting, or maybe what are those hidden bars called?
Speakeasies.
Yeah, if we had to go into a speakeasy and try and get information from somebody or something like that. So we
Like
might want some sort of
undercover. You're wired up, but you're wearing common clothes, like
something
undercover
like
cops.
that, yeah. I don't know
Or
what
would
to call
that just
that,
be
but
our normal clothes that we wear?
That depends on your personal style of dress.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess if we would look pretty weird if like one person came in as a cowboy, another came in as a clown, another one came as a goth. It'd be like, what the hell is this friend group?
I mean, if you're all business casual, you definitely wouldn't be like you might look a little bit like obvious cops.
Right.
Hello, fellow drug users. Would
Hello,
you like
other
to
kids.
smoke a heroin with me?
You sound like me trying to talk to you about Schedule 1. Are we doing the cokes today, or how does this work?
How many meths should we do?
Yeah. What did I said something the other day? I was like, the other day, the last time we played, like 4 months ago. Said something about like we have jointed it or something. You're like, it's a splint or something, or it's a roll. I don't know all the terminology, but I was like, oh, we have a hit of this. We have a bag of this. I don't know what we're doing.
Like
For
that you
any
said
listeners,
splint.
I've never done drugs. I know nothing about drugs, and so whenever I try and like talk drugs with people who are like bring it up in a game or playing or whatever, and it's just like I don't know how this works.
You haven't even blunted one spliff joint.
Yeah, exactly. That
That's gibberish.
sentence
That's
probably made
gibberish.
sense. Nope, didn't make
It,
sense.
it was it was gibberish.
I like when she pretends to talk to us.
Muted.
Could you hear that?
I got the idea.
You said friend.
Friends.
I was trying to ask Wrath about ammo and all that. It doesn't look like you have anything on yours. Did we need to add in
Hang on. Why are
stuff
you
on
able to
ours?
see my character sheet?
You guys
Because I
should be
pulled it up.
observers.
Oh. I was gonna say I thought Pickle said that. I remember you made one comment. I was gonna ask you this question earlier. Like you said, we shouldn't know each other's like histories, life, whatever.
But we work for the same team, shouldn't we?
Right, but we're like undercover operatives type deal. We're like, so that's why that was my question to you, Pickles, is how much technically should we know about each other's characters?
As players, I think it's fair to know what you each should be able to handle. And I think as characters, you should have an idea of what the other characters can do and what they bring to the team.
Yeah,
You've probably been
need to know,
on
hey,
missions
this is
before.
war. There are, hacker. There are computer specialists. Yeah, you should know that. Absolutely.
You might know that they're married or that they have kids, but I think an important thing is that most of you would know each other by code names, and you wouldn't know where that person's family lives. You would have your personal lives kind of separated from the business, mostly because if you get compromised or captured, they want you to not be able to leak any information as much as possible. And that's why the company HQ sometimes moves, and as such, so do you, most of the time, to be near your HQ. But the current one that I've shown on the screen here, sort of an example of what your area would look like. There's businesses below that help to pay the overhead for the company's operations here. But otherwise, it would look normal from the streets. It's just the second story of a bar and a pizza place, I think. Those businesses sometimes go out and then new things come in. I forget what question I was answering.
Well, I was asking about ammo.
I was asking about how much our characters should know about each other because she just was able to pull up my character sheet. I was like, what if I have stuff in there you should know? As for ammo, that's really more up to Pickles. It seems
I've noted
from the notes you made that you are going to be tracking ammo.
Yes, especially if we go on to long voyages. There are some of those Call of Cthulhu modules that send you to the Antarctic or to Siberia or other places where things might not be as available. So with this, I'll be tracking ammo from time to time. There will be instances where you might not use that much ammo at all, and it'll just be, well, good for you. But I've given each weapon that you gain from the shared assets will start with 5 reloads. So it's loaded, and then you have 5 reloads. If you have a personal weapon, I'll give you the same deal. So if you have a Glock, then you also have, it's loaded, 5 reloads. I guess that's a 6 reload in general. Some of these it won't be relevant for. For example, a stun gun, you can probably charge that, right? Is that how it works? I don't actually know. We'll just say you can charge that. Many of the tools are reusable. For the melee weapons and thrown weapons, I've given the thrown weapons 3 uses, so those are limited. Usually, though, you'll be in an area where you can stop at a gun store, get some ammo. But when
I just realized it says there's ammo and then there's bullets. Should I have been doing bullets and not?
Underwater equipment.
In equipment?
I was
And then
wondering
what
which
kind of
one. Yeah,
bullet
she's
would
under
you take?
equipment.
Oh, 9mm 45. Okay, so if I've got
Oh,
45.
Bullets large now. 50 caliber and
yeah,
larger.
I mean, I
Yeah,
would
so
just
it'd be
track it in your
medium
weapon.
bullets.
Um,
Yeah, you wouldn't use under ammo. I'm just saying arrows. Shot is like black powder.
Yeah.
yeah.
And sling stones. Yeah, so it'd definitely be under bullets, technically.
So let's do. Nope, that didn't work. Try to do it.
Unless you saw something else, Pickles.
I would have just ran it off of the gun. And when I'm running this, I'll probably have like a notepad in front of me, physical, that I'll just be kind of noting, like when you're shooting and whatnot. I'm hoping for this game to have a little bit of a tactical like stimulus for you guys in some of these, especially D20 Modern Adventures should have a bit of tactical nature to them, where you might have to go in and take enemies down, and reloading will certainly be something that takes up actions. Um, Starting off though, it's going to be a lot more investigative stuff. We'll try and start fun and stay fun and ramble off as I just stop talking.
Mm-hmm. We could have priest and nun outfits.
Clergy uniforms would be an interesting one. Would that be Catholic clergy?
Film crew. I had ChatGPT come up with a couple ideas. Hazmat
That sounds
crew.
like something I've said.
Yeah, film crew, religious, lab tech, or researcher. EMT was a good one that I was like, oh, maybe like EMT paramedic, legal, lawyer type, hospitality, hotel staff, stage crew, event staff, delivery driver.
You know,
Well, wouldn't hospitality fall under like maybe maintenance as well then?
hospitality might be more like bellhop
Yeah, I
kind of
feel like
thing.
hospitality would be like very specific. I'm trying to keep it as vague as I can so we can like
Yeah.
kind of make our outfit work for different situations that we get into. So it's not like, hey, we get in this one situation, we can use it, but any other situation we can't.
I mean, delivery is actually a pretty good idea. That's one where people don't ask for identification because you're wearing it,
Funny as I'm
and they
sitting
see you
here,
holding like a bag, and
yeah,
they don't even ask.
I'm
Like I
sitting
got
here
into an
thinking,
anime convention in town when I was doing pizza delivery because I had a pizza bag.
yeah, I know a lot of people. There's a whole TikTok trend or something where people were like, I wonder how many places you can get in if you just carry a ladder. And it was a lot. Like
Yep.
a lot of places were just they got in trouble because they were just allowing them in because they had a ladder.
Your maintenance crew probably has like the high visibility like vest stuff that
Yeah, I'm
people don't
thinking,
question either.
yeah, probably we could get
Um,
away. I'm thinking like landscaping, you could get away with something like that. You know, having to go in and work on hey, we got to go and work on your plumbing. Okay, you can kind of tailor
yeah.
it to make it work. Okay, we're good delivery crew. Delivery, we'll say delivery driver kind of person.
Now, I mean that itself could be made more specific. Like pizza delivery versus box truck delivery can look very different.
True. So we might need to, hey, we've got a delivery outfit, but it's not really specific, and we need it to be a bit more
Oh, yeah.
specific. We need to go.
Huh?
Someone order pizza. We're gonna jump the pizza guy, steal his clothes.
Oh my god. Oh, damn it, they don't fit. All right, call
Order
another
another
pizza place.
pizza. I was just sitting here trying to think of outfits, and I was like, okay, in GTA, you have to take on a bunch of different jobs, and they give you different outfits. What were they? Drawing inspiration from GTA. Two vehicles.
All right,
At
well,
least one of them should be a land vehicle. None of these vehicles may be military. Each vehicle comes with a spare fuel can, a spare tire, and a first aid kit. Vehicle.
I should note it probably also has storage for your equipment, so that you could put your guns in like a hidden area in the trunk or something.
That junk in
What's
that
the
trunk.
least military? What's the
Yep.
least military tank?
No, you don't get a tank, Fred.
Is a house-drawn carriage? House-drawn? No, horse-drawn carriage.
this would be the case of like you might consider having a vehicle that can carry 4 people and then a motorcycle. You might consider having a 4-person vehicle and then a plane.
The galleon.
You could consider getting a boat of some kind, especially like a
galleon?
speedboat or
Not a
something.
galleon.
Probably not a yacht, but not a galleon.
Just a whole pirate ship.
Oh yeah, this is just skulls and shackles, but you guys are secret agents and you shoot anybody who disagrees with you.
My personal weapon's gonna be a whip.
Oh my god.
How do you like me
Man,
now?
we need more crew.
Pickles?
We need more crew. Let's capture some people. Let's
Let's go
force them to
capture-
like the
Yeah.
style. All
So
right,
we
I'm
should probably
Corlock.
have
No,
a-
you're not.
You're not. Probably have a sports utility vehicle. SUV. Seems
That'd be
pretty
a decent
generic that we
4-person
should have.
vehicle.
Did we have 500 currency for stuff?
Yeah,
Is that
personal
what I-
cash.
character
Yes.
does,
Okay.
yes.
How did you afford all that?
I think what he said he's doing is that he's grabbing stuff over from this and then putting it in unequipped so that if he decides to check out an item from the shared arsenal.
Yeah, then
Or-
it'll be
Oh,
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
The handcuffs, the computer, laptop, the common clothes, the house.
As long as everybody's not double dipping, like it's communicated who has what, then that's fine.
Yeah, because that's stored.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes with me. That comes with me.
Colt 1911, was this your edition, Chelsea?
Yeah. 'Cause
Nice,
that's what I
nice.
have right here.
Did you decide on a personal weapon for yourself? Oh, I said
I
1
think that's-
reload. That should be 5 reloads for yourself. Anyway, sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, was this okay, so then this is since that's my personal one, I don't add it here, is that what I'm understanding?
Correct. You can have one personal weapon that is your own, that would not be checked out. It's just yours. If you wanted a spare Colt 1911, though,
I'm thinking since we have the SUV, then the problem is this is a group vehicle, so I'd hate to be like a street bike and only like 1 to 2 people can use it, but it's a group vehicle.
as long as you have a group vehicle to make it so everybody could travel together, I think from there you can consider your second vehicle as like a situational thing. Do you need to catch up to somebody really quick, and the rest of the crew can tail behind? Street bike. And Wrath, you can have a personal street bike if you want.
I would have to
You probably
buy
don't want to
that
bring that
for-
on
At
missions.
$500, I don't think I can afford a street bike.
You get a free vehicle. You have a personal vehicle that you drive to work and that you might not necessarily want to incriminate.
That is not in your list.
I didn't list it, but you have it.
Okay.
So if you want to be driving your own personal SUV to work or your own personal motorcycle to work, that's fine. It's just you could use that potentially on a job. It's just you're probably more likely to use a company vehicle so you don't incriminate your motorcycle. Should you kill a family that witnessed you killing a terrorist?
There is just helicopter. Would that count as a company vehicle? I mean that seriously, like not like a military attack helicopter, but like helicopter.
I'd let you do that.
Get if we like, hey, our HQ is in Texas and we need to get to New York. Do we have to take our SUV across country?
But that's why I did mention a plane would be an option.
I feel like helicopter might be
I would allow that,
a little bit
but
more easier to access areas than only
it would be
being able
expensive
go
to
an
use.
airfield.
It'd be more expensive, I think, than a plane. But does anybody have piloting?
No.
That's the only caveat there. I think you would need to have somebody in the team that could pilot. Otherwise, that could get disastrous.
So if they're like, hey, you have an operation, it's in Portland, Oregon, and we're like, well, too bad, we're not going because none of us can fly. Or
I will note-
would we just go get like civilian tickets on a plane and fly?
You generally will have 3 options. The first, of course, is you could do a commercial flight, but then the problem is how do you get your weapons with you? So that's a way to confidently get to your location and also blend in. If you think that your enemies might be expecting you to arrive, that's a great way to just you arrive, but you don't make it obvious. A second option that's more obvious could be that you have contacts within the company. where you could go to a recreational airfield, or recreational isn't the right term, but an airfield where you could get a private pilot to fly you guys out. That might mean it's more obvious when you arrive, but that would make it so you could bring more equipment. And then a third option is that your comrade, Recon, Agent Crow, might know a little bit more about how to get there in a different way sometimes. So he might offer you contacts that you can go to who might be cheaper, but will take longer, or they might be a bit more expensive than standard options, but they'll get you there really, really quick. Um, of course, if you had a pilot in the group, then having your own private vehicle would probably be cheaper overall. I don't know. I'd have to look into how that would work out, but having your own personal helicopter and somebody who can pilot it would open up options, which is why I would definitely say, as long as it's not a military helicopter or military plane, you could have that as your secondary. You could also hedge your bet that maybe someday one of you might learn a little piloting and just grab a helicopter right now. Did one of your characters want to learn to be a pilot? Do you think Adis will join and fulfill his dream of being a pilot? He's on a ferry right now. Did I not say that earlier?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, he's on a ferry. That's why he said he probably won't make it.
What's he doing on a ferry?
He did say
I
he
don't
was
know.
going somewhere for this weekend. He was going to be.
Is he going to
on an island.
Canada?
He said he was going to an
He's-
island or
he's-
something this weekend for 4th of July.
He's island hopping.
I
and yeah, we
personally
can certainly
don't
make
see
more.
my character becoming a pilot. I think he's.
I didn't think so.
In his lane. But I think having access to a helicopter would open a lot of doors. So I think having the SUV and having the helicopter would be like the most stereotypical government contractor type vehicle.
Yeah. Your helicopter's probably stored at an airfield, rather than on the company building, since the HQ isn't that. It would be very alarming to have a helicopter just taking off from a random nondescript business in town.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this isn't like the agency in GTA or something.
Correct.
Okay.
It's more like almost more like the motorcycle club, but with a little bit more polish on it.
Gotcha.
You will have 3 comrades that are NPCs that can benefit you a little bit. You'll have Agent Crow, as I said, doing recon for you. In general, how things will go is that when the company gets an alarm that something weird is happening, strange radio signals, reports of man-sized dogs running around, they'll send out Crow to go and confirm that there's something weird. And once he's confirmed that, he'll come back, give you guys what he's picked up, and let you guys go actually solve it. So when it's something that seems weird but ends up being nothing, he's generally the one to resolve that. From there, then you have an accountant and you have a public relations officer, 2 NPCs that will help handle the boring side of this business, the administrative side. So when you guys fuck up and kill some family because they saw you killing a vampire, PR will try and take care of that, and I'll reduce some of your payout. Accounting will handle all of these transactions, sending stuff to company. So you'll get your payouts from there. And I guess the accounting will also track your bullets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys won't be doing the bookkeeping necessarily, of the actual HQ, just your own characters. All right, so you got some items here. Let's see, sports utility vehicle. And I did include $2,000 extra down at the bottom. It's just petty cash that you guys will be able to use on missions to buy more ammo if needed. Handling transportation, that kind of thing. Paying people off, bribing people. Getting bribery bandages after you bribe somebody with your fist to their face. Thank you, Raph.
Yeah.
I think our shared vehicle should just be a tank.
Non-military tank.
It's the sort of thing where it's like, okay, maybe if it's a decommissioned tank, But then why would you want that? It's just such an alarming vehicle.
It's just
Enemies would see you
the
coming.
base of the tank, but it doesn't have a turret on top.
Yeah.
It's just an APC, really.
No, it looks like a tank, but it doesn't do anything, so you just intimidate people.
It's a hover tank.
No, you don't get a hover tank.
$2,000 petty cash. Here's one. Okay.
Definitely gonna want.
You could go for a fancy vehicle to go with your formal wear if you want to show up somewhere looking rich.
Like a
sports car.
helicopter.
Or, yeah, you could go for a helicopter. Okay, now I see it put in there. I didn't see.
Yeah, I just put it in there. I was putting it on my character sheet. Yeah, I forgot.
Lockpick set, that's a good option for your tools. At least having that as something available. I know. Wait, do either of you have thievery?
No, but it's
All right, maybe when a
still-
Deece joins, he'll be he'll be
Pilot.
a piloting thief.
That's awesome.
Maybe we'll have other people join someday.
Yeah, you know.
So you were saying in our toolkits, whatever, we should put first aid kit in there?
I have
You
a
could-
medic kit on my character.
Is that your personal toolkit?
Yep.
Okay.
And
You
it's
could,
before?
yeah, you could take another like field kit if you wanted. Since you took first aid though, you might bring in like an occult kit for the company. Something you could use with your
Where
occult skill.
where is that at? Like, how would
That'd
I?
be maybe Pickles just made it up thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the case.
Yeah.
If it's not there, I made
So-
it up, and you can just add it as general idea. Yeah, I'm sure it would have a weight or something, but since we're doing this without like charging, it would just be a kit essentially.
5 uses plus what? Are you talking the medic kit or are you talking the occult kit?
Looks like both of those are on now.
Poor Kindle list does.
Well, there's a medic kit and there's a first aid kit. They are different things.
There.
What is the difference, Wrath?
Oh, medic kit has 5 uses and it gives you +1 to your healing skill. The first aid kit
That's like
has
if you
3
got a
uses
yeah.
and doesn't give you a +1, which allows you to.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys can take the medic kit. You may as well. With your personal kit and with with your tools. Yeah, it'd still be the first aid kit for in your vehicles, but yeah, if you want to take a medic kit for one of your tools.
I don't know if we need this first aid kit because the vehicles are gonna have it, and then I have a medic kit.
Yeah, by all means, you can take that off.
Wrath, do you want that taken off?
Especially if you want silence.
Kind of thinking we need like a flamethrower or like maybe a bazooka or something. Something big and explosive.
I don't have any skill with any of that.
I don't either. And my character, one of my hindrances is small. So my character probably could not carry anything like a machine gun or anything. It
What's
would
your
probably
strength?
Get a warhorse.
Okay, your strength is D6 isn't the worst, but yeah, those heavier weapons, a bazooka, for example, might be a little rough for you.
with my minor of small. Yeah, that's not gonna
Yeah,
go over well.
your minor hindrance of being small is an interesting one, but it coincides with hesitant. So small says either you're very skinny, you're very short, or both. Which of those options would you say?
Very skinny, because if you think of Milo from Atlantis, he was just very gangly and like, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of what I was going for.
Okay, that works for me. That makes a nice contrast with Wrath's character, who I think would be more muscly
Big
toned.
and yeah, exactly.
Maybe not big, but
I have
toned.
a D6 strength. Yeah, I think I have a D8 agility.
Yeah. You guys are both dorks. Sorry, nerds.
True. I know we both made smart characters. I probably should have made my other character now, but we are different kind of smarts. So
yeah, no, that's an interesting thing. You're both intelligent, and so you'll both be handling problems intelligently, hopefully, or at least I'll be giving you as many clues as I can to depict like your characters picking up stuff. Let's see. Remember Wrath saying something about snipers and assault rifles. Do you want to grab a sniper and assault rifle?
Oh, about people having different ranges of preferred combat. Yeah.
Might be a nice way to round out your large firearms. Unless you wanted a flamethrower. A Flammenwerfer. I'll take that as a maybe.
I'm writing. I'm not listening.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Sorry.
I'm gonna be right back real quick.
Okay.
I'll give you guys a moment to figure stuff out.
Fine.
I want something large and explosive for our large firearms. So what are you kind of thinking?
I don't think I have anything on that at all, so you're more than welcome to say whatever. Like I said, my character is not going to be skilled at that, so he probably would never use it. So I think hopefully we would get team members eventually, other players to come in that would have that ability. So having something for them to be able to grab would be good.
You just never know when you're gonna need to blow out a wall or something.
It's true.
Or with
There
the
wasn't.
flamethrower, what if that for fighting monsters, you know?
Yeah. I was thinking there's no explosives skill, so I wonder what that would come under. What he would have us roll for that to be like setting up C4 on a wall or something, you know? I'll be
All right. Desert Eagle, nice.
what?
For when you're kind of pissed off at the beginning of the adventure.
What are you talking
Oh, I was just seeing the HQ inventory, small firearms, Desert Eagle.
about? Oh, running there. Just packing heat.
Yeah. I mean, there will be adventures where you're near your HQ, so you might get, I don't know, mugged and then be like, all right, I'm fucking cleaning up crime. Already cleaned up the mugger. Now it's time to clean up even more. Anyways.
Is there, so maybe under the tools, weapons, modification, something, is there something to where I could have like one of those ARM computers that I could like be holding my weapon and be able to like
There's
operate?
a
Or do I need
handheld
to?
computer.
Yeah, so I'm looking at computer handheld. I don't know if that would be it, where it would be like
Yeah,
this.
that works for me.
Basically, I don't want to be like walking along having to type on a laptop. I could like move my drone or whatever from my handheld one.
I would say
Yeah,
the handheld laptop's gonna be more useful for you than the actual laptop.
Yeah, I think sitting in the van, I'd probably have like a laptop or something. But like if I'm on
yeah.
site moving, I can't just be like, hang on.
Is that something can a regular laptop, is that something you want in our HQ arsenal? Because I'm
I
sure we can put
I
it in
have
somewhere and then your handheld one here.
I have a personal laptop on my kit, but then I put the handheld computer in the company kit.
That
I
works for
would
me.
switch them because it would
Either
make more
way,
sense that your person keeps your handheld one and then the laptop one stays with the HQ stuff.
Actually, I would agree because the computer laptop costs 1,200 and the handheld costs 250. So I feel like I would let the company buy the expensive one.
the only thing I'd say, I like either way is fine. Your handheld computer, I think that's supposed to be like an iPad, but I'm happy for it to be like a wrist thing, like you described.
Okay.
I I think you could argue that the handheld might be worse at hacking, or a little less responsive than an actual laptop.
I could
Like
see
your
it.
keyboard isn't as big, so it might be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd actually like input an actual penalty difference, but it's the sort of thing where you could almost argue a laptop might be more your thing because you want to make sure it works for you. But you
I
could
would
also
agree.
say handheld's always on you,
I
so
think it would be like
it's up to
three
you.
tiers, like handheld, then laptop, then full on desktop, like setup. As far
Yeah.
as, hey, from my lab, I could do a ton of stuff. From my handheld, I'm limited. I'll do what I can. You know, it might take a little bit longer. You know, whatever.
So
Whatever.
either way is up to you. I think it says which one your character uses more often, is more comfortable with, and which one he is feeling like the company is more likely to replace. Like if you pick the handheld, I think that means your laptop is like a burner situation. You expect it to get compromised potentially. If you picked that laptop, you might expect for your handheld to get shot off more often. Just your perspective, I guess.
All right, Raph, do you want a bug, a button camera, or the cellular interceptor for the last one on their
Ooh,
tools?
a black box would be nice. Like the cellular interceptor to
I was like, what the fuck is a black box?
You mean like in a
isn't that
plane?
oh no, like I meant like the thing that disrupts cell phone transmission that you would
Sure.
put in like the trunk of a car
No
to like
description on it, so I don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
my assumption was that it's something that shuts down the ability to make phone calls near the area.
I have a book.
I was thinking it was like you would listen in as to what is being said
Oh,
on a phone.
that actually, depending on the price, that one might make more sense.
It
Okay,
says
under
650.
surveillance, cellular interceptor, and there's still no description in the book. Cool, thanks.
Oh yeah, surveillance would probably be that would probably be what you were saying, Chelsea.
Yeah, I think cellular interceptor, yeah, it's just like listening into other people's phone calls.
Cute.
Because a
That'd be good
bug
for a
would
hacker.
be where you leave something and then do it that way, whereas it would be like a tap for a cellular interceptor.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, there's telephone tap is a different thing.
Oh,
Well, yeah, like cellular would be for cell phones, and a tap would probably be more into the line, like a landline.
who has those anymore?
My parents.
Um,
I'm gonna get flagged by NSA. What is
Yeah.
a cellular interceptor?
Am I being cellularly intercepted?
It's a surveillance device used to monitor, intercept, and analyze mobile communications, including voice calls, text messages, and data traffic. These systems are
Oh,
primarily employed by law enforcement, intelligence agencies for security, blah, blah, blah.
okay.
I kind of feel like that might be more useful, especially if we're having to like hunt certain people down.
Difference in price. Yeah, it's like 3 times the price of the others. That would make sense that it can do a lot more than just listen to a phone call.
Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, probably a cellular interceptor.
Hell
Are
yeah.
you adding it to yours, or do
Cellulite
you want me to add it to
receptor.
mine?
Uh, I can edit.
Okay.
Boop boop and boop boop boop.
It would make more sense for
Oh,
your
someone
character to
else is
have
adding
that.
it. All right.
Oh, I
Not
meant
me.
on your character sheet,
Oh
is what I
yeah,
was saying.
I've got all this on my character sheet.
Okay.
Just in case I ever take any of this out.
Okay. All right, so that took care of that one.
There.
Small firearm.
We could always leave one of these blank for another character to come in and add to it, right? If
In
like
theory.
Adise joins and he's like, "Hey, it would have been nice if I had gotten a small firearm," and we're like, "Nope."
Womp womp.
Ideally, if well, yeah, if he joins in the first adventure, then yeah, that will be a disadvantage. But in theory, you should be making some profit from these adventures and having more resources that are just we could buy stuff. Um, so you might have a new agent join the crew and be like, we want to put this investment towards that. I might also start new agents with a little bit of a slush fund to make it so they don't drain resources. But
Makes sense.
it's entirely possible that as you progress, some of these resources could be used up or damaged in combat, that kind of thing. What are you giggling about over there, Wrath?
I
I
was just
didn't leave you
thinking.
behind.
No, you said you said that we get a personal vehicle as well, and I just saw a bicycle and I was like, God, that would be pickles. Everyone's speeding
So I got a
past, and then
pink
you're like, I'll
BMX.
be there in a second. Does a bunny hop?
No, the go kart would be my choice.
Yeah, then I was thinking of a bicycle with your horn. Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. Jeep is a good option, but King had a Jeep, and King gives me PTSD. So motorcycle's an option. I think what this character would drive. Sports car. Helicopter.
Tank.
Tank.
Okay, Fred.
The cost of that 60,000
For
Tow missile launcher.
for a tow missile
That is
launcher.
like yeah, that's the thing gets like a damn it,
Boom.
like a wagon, like a trailer towed behind a whole truck. Yeah. That's for like
Jeez.
launching missiles across the country. Not really that much. Get the idea.
I mean, big weapons are effective. They also draw a lot of attention.
Just minor collateral damage, probably.
All right, Wrath,
Um,
for our, because we need another large firearm. Do you want an AT-4 or M72?
Different
Okay.
uses. What are you
the
in?
hell what are those? What?
Two different kinds of rocket launchers. I think the AT-4 is
Oh, okay.
specifically an anti-tank gun.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that would come in
They're
handy if
both.
I
They're
put
both
you into.
anti-tank.
They are
One
both
was
developing
anti-tank.
that
Vietnam,
video.
though.
I'd say the M72 Law, I'm pretty sure, is more recent. Standard American
The
anti-tank weapon used in Vietnam. Okay, so the M72 Law is outdated? Anti-tank
yeah, because
weapon.
it's also
Yeah.
cheaper.
The
It's like half the
AT-4
cost.
is of the modern era, so that would be your modern day anti-tank rocket launcher.
So do you want the AT-4?
Yeah, I suppose we don't need to use style weapons.
I think Wrath will feel a lot better knowing that there's a rocket launcher back at base.
Just if worse comes to worse.
I was just
Screw
thinking,
it.
like one of the more terrifying monsters in Call of Cthulhu to me is the Dark Young of Shub-Niggurath or
Okay.
something. The elderly matron monster of 1,000 young in the dark woods. Like it's a thing that's essentially her young are these tree-sized monsters with like 3 cloven feet that just stomp everything and rip you to shreds with their like branched tentacle arms. So having a rocket launcher might be good if we if for example I just decided to run one of those modules.
I know what
I
vehicle
think
this guy
Wrath
would
would feel
drive.
a lot better.
This guy would drive a pickup truck. But that's not one of the vehicle options, so I'll just make my own.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If you want a pickup truck as your personal vehicle,
Yeah.
yeah, by all means.
Pick them up.
I'll
Truck.
let you have up
Wrath,
to a
do you
350.
want do you want bombs, especially since you do all of that stuff?
Pickles, I was asking her about that. There's no explosive skill. So if we were doing anything with explosives, what would that fall under?
For throwing, obviously that'd be athletics. But if you
Like
wanted to
if I was
plant,
rigging up C4 or something, yeah.
yeah.
How would that work?
I have 2 ideas, but I want to just look really quick
Because if
at
you
the
make that
command.
electronics, I'm gonna be pissed.
No.
Just got rid of
My
it.
my gut reaction is that would be either smarts or it would be repair. Nope, it's repair. Opening that up, second sentence. It also covers the use of demolitions and explosives.
It does. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So
So
do you
that's
have
cut and dry.
repair?
I do. It's not great. It's a
All right,
D4, but I do have it,
all right.
which makes sense because
Put
my guy
bomb on there.
isn't an explosives expert. But it's like, hey, if I need to rig something together, I can. I know I could.
Do you want to throw bomb onto your gear?
Just bomb? Is it just that's it?
It's
Is
just
it
bomb.
like a pipe bomb or an IED
It
or
just says bomb.
I don't know
Bomb.
is
about
it the
that.
bomb? No, that's marijuana.
The bomb.
Yeah,
Oh, bombs. That's
Plural.
I'm a dot bomb.
Bomb damage. All of it.
everything.
Bomb is just an intimidation test against everyone not in the affected area.
If you wanted some like explosives, I imagine wouldn't it be like C4 or plastic explosive?
C4 is the most common military. IED is the dirty
Yeah,
one that you can put together.
They're
yeah,
in
like
mines. on
Yeah, there are
here.
mines. That's another thing. I was just
So if you-
scrolling
Did
through
you
all the
want
different
mines?
weapons ones. Just
I mean, Wrath
Bouncing
really
Betty.
loves mines in GTA. Just drop
mines.
proximity
Oh yeah,
mines.
yeah. I was gonna say in like Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
Mines.
no, dude loves Minecraft. Everybody in the comments, just say what your favorite Minecraft crafting recipe is.
I have to
Um,
read every comment, so anyone just reading, like we're here writing a D&D game, and it's just everyone talking about Minecraft. I would be so pissed.
like 3 years down the line, it's like, okay, we're almost done with the Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'll be saying it correctly at the time.
Nailed
This
it.
is one of the most epic Call of Cthulhu campaigns in the comments. So to make TNT, you
Oh my
need
God.
5 gunpowder, 4 sand. You
Like,
place them.
it'd just be me starting off every episode being like, "Hey, welcome back to this game. Don't talk about Minecraft. All right, over to you, Pickles."
And I'm like, welcome back to all of our Minecraft fans.
No.
I've been deeply enjoying all of your descriptions of how to
God.
use proper sandstone.
You don't even like Minecraft, I think, do you?
I've played more than I should have, but
Fair enough.
We've all dabbled.
Yeah,
Or
I went through
whatever.
every equipment catalog, and I'm not seeing any explosives.
you may have to just add it in.
Yeah, so it'd probably just be our own made up
And
ones.
explosives, like for demolitions, that'll probably be more scenic or cinematic than actually like rolling damage. Like if you put C4 on a bridge and the Nazi trucks drive over it, I'm not going to be like, well, did they live? And it's going to be like, the point is that if you installed it correctly and you succeeded at your roll, then it should explode and blow up the bridge, blow up the truck.
I would
Boom.
say
You're expecting a whole lot out of us.
let's just use mines. Because your anti-personnel mine's basically gonna be like C4.
Okay.
So do you want that instead of bombs?
Yeah, I would use the
Okay.
mines. Anti-tank mine is gonna be a bigger explosive. The bouncing Betty is one. It's a little less, but what it does is it pops up in the air and then explodes to get more of a blast radius. And the claymore is its proximity. You have to walk in front of it for it to trip.
So the anti-personnel? Is that what you're thinking?
I think anti-personnel is probably like your basic C4. That's probably the most common one.
Okay. That's what I put on the melee.
I think the claymore would probably be like a more specialized version of that.
Okay,
Is this
so
under tools that you're putting that on? Or no, that would be
I put it under the melee because I didn't know where else it
okay.
would
Yeah, yeah, that works.
go.
So that'll be 3 uses of that.
So Wrath, did you want to put any more under the small, large, or thrown weapon stuff? Or do you want to leave those open in case we get other players?
I don't think I have anything else for it. Like, my guy's not really a weapons. Like, so I want a drone. Is a drone anywhere in here?
That was something I looked up beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, so how would I price a drone? I don't know if I don't think it's in the equipment pages here.
I don't know how
Um,
you. I think it would have to be like some futuristic system that has robots or something.
yeah,
it to,
and I
like,
just did a little
be-
research.
Yeah.
So from what I gathered, and this is sort of an average of things, you could get a cheap drone, and you could like a very, very cheap drone with a okay life that can do basic functions. That'd be like your camera drone, your disposable camera drone, and I'm gonna just put that as about $100 if you wanted a disposable drone like that. 250, and well, realistically 300, but I'm just gonna keep it at 250. Is about the line where you can get a pretty good drone, like a commercial, like a recreational drone. You can probably program that to do some stuff that's fancy. That's probably one that you could outfit with a gun and have it pull the trigger on command. And then I thought 500 might be that upper level of like, that's a drone that's very advanced, has a lot of the extra functions, has a bit of armoring perhaps, has a few backup blades or something, so that if one of the blades goes down, it kind of can have like a basic stabilizing function. So that's what I was looking at, is like the 100, 250, and 500 range of how much you want to put into a drone.
So this is something. This would be me personally having to buy this, not the company.
You guys have $2,000 in personal petty cash that you can spend on additional gear now,
Okay.
or save for expenses.
Okay. So my drone wouldn't fit into small firearms, obviously large firearms, melee weapons or thrown weapons. Right. Yeah.
It could probably fit into a tool category if you wanted to trade out a tool for that.
I can see that.
I'd give you a $250 one as one of the tools.
Ooh, it's tough. I like my
Or I'd give you 2 of the camera drones, the cheap basic Amazon basic.
I like my current set. Yeah, I like my current setup of tools, weapons. I'm okay with buying my own drone because that's gonna be like my baby.
Yeah, you might have the company pay for disposable drones, like camera drones that you send into the cult compound to get a visual that you expect that could be shot down, that kind of thing, or deep into caves where monsters lurk. But yeah, your specialized preferential drone is probably one you personally own.
Yeah.
How did you add in stuff like this, the generic maintenance crew and all that? How do you do that?
See where it says MISC, the category tab on your character sheet? No, in your
Yeah. Oh, you added down.
add.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see what you did. Okay.
And I just
Thank you.
wrote and then added a description.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's the way.
That's how we add our imagination to this game.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, if you guys want to leave one of those options on melee, large, and small firearms free, that's perfectly fine.
I think that would be nice just in case Adis ever
Yeah.
decides to play games with us again.
Or if you're weird Black 28 gamble on the roulette table, just to be clear, of Tough Nuts joining.
You never know.
No, I know he's not going to join.
You never know.
I do.
You never.
But Fred might join. Fred's a reasonable option. Daisy is likely to join once she's back in town.
Fred
She
didn't
expressed a lot of
actually
interest in this.
sign up for this one.
What's that?
I'm surprised Fred didn't sign up for this one. Is he even in that? I wonder if he's in that.
I don't know if he heard about it. Because this is sort of up his alley of.
Yeah, you would
Such.
think this would be
Well,
one that you would sign up for.
Maybe more of the tactical D20 modern adventures, but I'm not sure. Call of Cthulhu, he might be like, this is ranging in a pickle category, but I'm very excited for the first case I have for you guys. Even if actually, I don't want to say even if it's just you two, especially if it's just you two. I think this will be a very fun little game where you don't necessarily need a lot of players for this first case. It might be really fun to see how you two solve this, and then have agents join in later. I didn't mean that for that to be hurtful. I meant it to be exciting.
Yeah.
You hurt me. You hurt me a
Okay.
great deal.
Well,
Why is it not letting me add my vehicle?
Yeah,
Okay.
it wouldn't allow me either. I had to write it in.
Do it as a okay.
Yeah.
I think vehicles have their own character sheet. And I have to give you a vehicle character sheet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like, it has stats and it has like all the stuff, but I can't add it anymore.
Let's see. Okay. This is a vehicle. Okay. I'm gonna just give you guys number 1. Well, it's type. Okay, stop that. It's there's a type option, and it's like group, NPC, player, character, vehicle. I've never used the vehicle before, but I'm gonna give you guys this. I'm gonna name him number 1. I'm gonna configure ownership so that everybody's an owner, including Adis, who I gave an option for. So you should see under characters, there's a number 1 with a face. Oh my god, yeah, and it's a different character sheet. Out of control as a status, wrecked.
Yeah, I was looking
vulnerable.
at that. The vulnerable car has emotions.
Well, that's like in GTA. What's that?
You can add weapons to it.
Yes, you can. And you might find some weaponized vehicles in the field that you've decided to take ownership over. There's a reason why I have my bullet dice out. These are my bullet dice.
That's so cool.
I also, those are my like pistol bullets, but I also have my rifle bullet dice.
The
The
dice.
numbers on
That's
them.
crazy.
Oh fuck. Let's see. This one is the D100%. So it's down at the bottom. You just kind of roll it.
Literally.
Let's see, and I dropped my D6 bullet. Let's see. Can you see me? Stop
Might have to
focusing
put
on my
your hand
fucking
behind
head.
it. Yeah.
Oh
Put
yeah.
your hand. There you go.
Yeah, it has
Nice.
it on both sides, so you can see kind of. Or, well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Pretty nifty.
Yeah. I'm not a
Hell
big
yeah.
fan of dice that you just roll and they're like there's cylinders, but I don't know. For this game, it felt nice to have the option to be able to roll bullets for when I have the minimal chance of doing damage to you guys. Or when I have to swing a knife and Wrath just breaks their arm.
All right. Is there anything
Yeah.
that we're missing?
Well, now that we've gotten all of our items and such, we got all of our equipment. We got all our equipment. Got all of our characteristics. Really, just the last thing left is kind of figuring out your own character and maybe deciding how much experience you guys have with each other. Presumably, you know of each other within this company already. You've probably met at least once or twice. If you've been on a mission or not, that's up to you. But your relative experience is the last part. Otherwise, yeah, we've reached our time limit here. We can talk we can keep going if you guys aren't going anywhere, but I think you normally do have something you're going to, Chelsea. We can certainly talk within the Discord chat, but I guess the plan is next session we will meet up and talk about those basic things of what you guys know of each other. And we'll start the first case. First
All
case
right.
should take about 2 sessions, so should be quick, fun. I'm gonna put my bullets away, and I
I
think
keep
we're good to
hearing them
go.
click.
Just gonna put them in a little cylinder. They all have like a bullet cylinder.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is the
I'm not
pistol
surprised.
one. Hold on. Tink. Put the bullets in
Nice.
there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It makes me feel a little weird, but whatever.
Okay, I
Oh,
have
how did
added my drone.
Excellent. Which drone did you pick? Did you pick the
The 250
250?
range, yeah.
Okay,
250
okay.
range. You checking on my character sheet.
I'm assuming you had other things you wanted to purchase for your character.
Not really, it's just I didn't want to be king and start out broke, not being able to afford food.
Okay. Well, I should just say, as a final note before we wrap things up, so how payment will work within this is that you guys have your salary. You're paid well for your job. You don't work that many like days out of the year, but you are well paid. So your salary covers your cost of living in this area. It covers your house or your apartment rent, whatever. Covers your kids' bills if you have any. All that stuff. You can afford to appear to be like a normal middle class person. You have food, all that. You have your vehicle, as I've said, and you're able to fill that up. The way money works in this is that your personal cash is what you might spend on anything beyond your living expenses. So each mission, you'll each be paid a given base amount, and then the group will get another additional payment based on your performance. If you manage to do things without causing a lot of chaos and a lot of people being killed that didn't need to be killed, you'll get a bigger payment. If you bring back like samples, if you bring back cult materials, you'll get more money. So each of you will be paid specific individual money, and then you'll get bonus money that you pool into the group, as well as your nondescript personal costs being paid. So any money that we deal with within this campaign is after you've covered your life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just worried about going into a situation. It's like, oh, we should go get this. And then I'm like, well, I have $0. So.
Yeah. And having personal money is good if you run out of group shared money. But you'll be starting with that.
Petty cash. So
Yeah. So you'll be starting with that petty cash of 2,000, and I'm hoping for that to be a much higher number as we continue along. I just want to start out with a modest amount where you might be like, do we really need to be quicker with this? But yeah, so I think we're good to go.
Works for me. Okay. Yeah, that ends our time for this. Chelsea, you're rolling out?
yeah.
Okay. So if this video goes anywhere and anyone sees this, thanks for returning in for our session 0 thing of the company. I think that's all we got for you. We got our 2 characters. How do you say your character's name?
Kiara.
Kiara. And
I didn't even think about that either.
and Ward. His name is Jason Ward, but then I didn't put that on my character sheet because I was like, oh, she shouldn't. I don't know how much she should know about my character. Like, does she know his first name or just that he is Ward? You know. Yeah. That's all we got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in episode 1 of this.